story that is developing by the minute out of Springfield, Ohio, too. All right, here we go.
It's 954-939-1500.
Stand by.
Estimates given on the phone. Work done in days, not weeks. Easier than ordering a pizza.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with...
All righty, I can't believe it's Monday already. My name is Brian. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 47 years on the radio. Okay, we've got a lot to cover. A whole bunch has happened over the weekend, and there's several big stories today. One out of Springfield, Ohio. The other one, the polls. And spoiler alert, all the new polls show Trump winning big time. We're going to get to all of that coming up on the program today. And these are liberal polls, hardcore liberal Democrat polls predicting a major Trump victory. So this is huge stuff that we're going to be covering on the program today with your calls as well. And you guys got to bear with me. I got some post-nasal drip going on. And, I take an allergy medication for all these cats that I have that I'm allergic to, and I forgot to take my allergy medication for a couple of days, so I got the allergies back. So bear with me as I choke, cough, and hack through the morning. Okay, so before we get to the polls, though, there's a major story that is breaking out of Springfield, Ohio. And this is really an amazing, amazing story. And of course, Springfield, Ohio is under attack, very specifically by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. This is J.D. Vance country. And if I remember correctly, is Springfield in the southwestern part of Ohio? Not on the Pennsylvania side, the other side. But it is a city under siege, and the residents are fed up. And those of you that follow me on YouTube, which you all should, Brian Craig Show on YouTube, because I do live streams and shows all the time, all weekend long, middle of the night, every day of the week. And I broke this story yesterday late in the afternoon, and then when I woke up this morning, there had been many, many developments about this Springfield, Ohio story. And before I get into it, and you'll hear from the residents, it's insane what Kamala Harris and Joe Biden has done. President Trump is very smart, very brilliant when it comes to setting the stage for these debates. Do you think it's a coincidence that this story just has all of a sudden started to go viral online the day before the debate that is going to be the beginning of the end of Kamala Harris's political career? I don't think so. I think people in Trump's orbit, the Trump campaign, maybe President Trump himself, are responsible for this. And it's a great story because it illustrates everything that's going on with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. They don't care about the American people. So Springfield, Ohio is a small town that has about 58 to 60,000 residents. Very small town. And Kamala Harris, as the border czar, and Joe Biden, as the corrupt senile old coot that he is, have dumped 20,000 illegal, mostly Haitian, immigrants into Springfield, Ohio. And the town is going nuts because they're under siege. And they had a city council meeting. Let me read some of this to you. And there's a big story in the New York Times, the liberal New York Times, about this. Springfield, Ohio, in 2020 had a population of 58,000. Since then, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have dumped 20,000 illegals into the city, mostly Haitians. About a year ago, a Haitian illegal without a driver's license hit a school bus and killed an 11-year-old boy and injured 23 others. However, ducks and cats have been going missing, and witnesses have said that they've seen the Haitians take the ducks in the parks cut their heads off and they take them wherever they're living and eat the wild ducks. And cats have been missing too. And I have some audio here. This is really nuts, and there's no doubt in my mind that the Trump campaign is behind this story being exposed right now. They had a city council meeting, and the residents went nuts over this. By the way, those of you that are on hold, stand by. We'll get to the calls in a bit. This guy here, he's a young guy. He looks like he's in his 20s, maybe early 30s, and he's black. Very important to point these things out because Haitians are black. This guy's a Springfield resident. He's black. So they can't turn this into a racist thing, although they always will try. They're Democrats. And he describes some of what is going on in Springfield, Ohio right now, a city that has been attacked directly by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
I'm 28 years old, and I'm a social media influencer, and I just be on TikTok and stuff. I do YouTube. I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day, and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into... they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background.
Yeah, these sanctuary cities, these sanctuary cities, their local governments don't make them sanctuary cities because they're a bunch of liberal, bleeding heart do-gooders. They get a lot of money. Police get money. The schools get money. They get all kinds of money to rent out facilities and housing and everything else. And local politicians are just as corrupt as the national ones, if not more so.
You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get, a task force for the Highway State Patrol. And they look for guns, and they look for dope, and this and that and the fourth. That same... people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for going left to center and a couple miles over. Y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic. They need to, y'all pay them. They can go over there and teach these Haitians how to drive because it's getting I'm getting thousands of views on these. Okay,
so they're driving. One of them killed a kid and injured a bunch of others on a school bus. They're driving with no license. They're taking ducks and cutting their heads off. They're eating the ducks. Cats and other pets have been going missing in Springfield, Ohio. And the residents of Springfield, Ohio, are taking the social media and letting all this be known. New York Times has a huge story that I might share some of with you as well. And when you take a city of 58,000, very small town, and you dump 20,000 illegals in there, that would overrun any system. That Cloward and Piven strategy of overrunning the system and causing it to collapse and all of that's in play. But this is a sad reality about Haiti. Haiti is an anarchy run by warlords and chieftains, okay? That's it. And, here in South Florida, we got a large Haitian population. They're not the people that have been coming recently from Haiti. Haiti's been an anarchy for a long time, but the people that are coming here now across the southern border illegally from Haiti, I wonder how they get from Haiti to the U.S. southern border. I wouldn't be surprised if we're flying in there, but who knows. the Haitians that are coming across illegally from the southern border right now know no life other than one of anarchy. So what they're doing is they're turning Springfield, Ohio into Haiti. And Haiti has been in anarchy for a long, long, long time, long before the earthquake over 10 years ago. They like to blame the earthquake for everything, but it was an anarchy before that. It's gotten worse since. And this story is going wild online. It broke yesterday. New York Times reporting on it. Residents are overloading social media, in particular X, Twitter, with their personal stories of what's going on in Springfield, Ohio. And I haven't heard any of the mainstream media, including Fox News, report it yet. Let me take our first break of the week. If you're on hold, hang in there. My name is Brian. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show on air now. 888-GO-K1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, let me just... If you're on hold, hang in there.
Hey everyone, Brian Craig here. You asked Mike Lindell, hey, listen, Mike's offering the queen size My Pillow for just $19.98 with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at mypillow.com.
Hello? Hold on.
The bed sheets, they're $25 too. The new My Pillow mattress topper, as low as $69.98. Go to mypillow.com. Use our promo code Kane for these huge discounts. You can also order by phone. 1-800-716.
Oh my gosh. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
South Florida Chamber of Commerce has fantastic free-to-attend events all year long. Join us for their next great expo in your area.
Coming up next, it's the Greater South Florida Chamber of Commerce's Health Fair, Senior and Wealth Management Summit at the Kane Center in Seward on Friday, September 13th from 11 to 3. Oldies will be on site giving away a free cruise for two. Come say hi.
Learn more and see a full list of events at GreaterSouthFloridaChamber.com.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Market on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door.
We'll be back right after this, guys.
Thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at True Oldies FLA.
All right, we are back. It is Monday, September 9th, 19 minutes after 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm Brian Craig. It's Steve Kane Show. If you're just tuning in, the city of Springfield, Ohio, under attack, a city of 58,000. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have dropped 20,000 illegal Haitians into the city. Dogs are missing. cats are missing, ducks are being killed, car accidents are happening where children have died and been injured. And, you know, the thing about this in Springfield, Ohio, this is what's going on all over the country in many different places because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden don't care about the American people. This is beyond the South American people. These are Caribbean American people, like, I don't know, the Caribbean people. They don't care about Americans, that's for sure. Now, I'll go to the phones, and I do have more on this that I want to share, but I'd also like to ask you this. This didn't just start happening yesterday. This has been going on for a while, quite a while, a couple years in Springfield, Ohio. Do you think that the Trump campaign is behind making this story go viral? I hope so, because if they're that skilled at doing this, things are great. All right, let's go. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Diana from Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, my goodness. Ground zero.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, I've been trying to call you for a couple weeks to tell you about the situation here in Springfield because I called you back in September regarding the bus accident.
I remember that. Yes, I do remember that call.
Yeah, I just want to give you some clarity. The ducks and the cats and the dogs, that's kind of a little bit of, it's true, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's our infrastructure that's been overrun. Residents don't have the opportunity to get to the services that they need, like health care, social services, and the schools. And, of course, the housing situation is absolutely horrendous. And I just wanted to shed a light on the fact that it's not so much what's happening to animals, but what's happening to us on a human scale.
Well, let me tell you, let me slow you down there. And I'm glad you called because you're in Springfield, Ohio, so this is important. You know, let me tell you, the thing about the dogs, the cats, and the ducks is important for a number of reasons, okay? One, it shows that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been overrunning Springfield, Ohio with medieval barbarians, okay? That's like caveman activity, savage activity. So it's important, okay? Another thing, too, is people around the country, when they hear stories in the news about things, they're so far removed, sometimes it doesn't tug at the heartstrings, okay? But dogs and cats, why do you think you don't hear from Kristi Noem anymore, right? Dogs and cats, family pets being murdered and like this, that connects to a lot of people that otherwise would just let it go in one ear and out the other. But now I know, being from Ohio, I know Springfield, but I was a little kid when I lived there. Is Springfield like a suburb of a big city, or is it kind of like off on its own?
Well, at the present, it's off on its own, but city commissioners have been gobbling up county land and putting up housing communities with the intent of kind of like drawing people from Columbus and.
If you were to go to through the town today, I mean, is the town so overrun with the illegals that you see the illegals everywhere, that they're overrunning the city? Because, you put 20,000 in a city of 60,000, that's a lot of people to just have at one time move in.
It's occurred over the last 3 years.
That's pretty quick.
And it's not that you drive everywhere. They're in pockets throughout the city and mostly in the poor sections of town where older homes have been bought and sold by LLCs, and because we have a housing crunch, you have these Haitians that are living stacked on top of each other, and it's horrible.
What's the situation in the local public school? There's got to be a lot of illegal children there that have taken over the schools.
Correct. Last year was about 1,000. This year it's 1,500 students speaking a foreign language. So at the present time, a lot of the classrooms, some of the students are having to go virtual because there aren't enough. They're spending so much of their time trying to teach non-English speaking students.
Wow.
There's a lot of in the schools.
So the kids in the local school district, the American kids or the legal immigrants, they're not getting a proper education because the school is overrun with non-English speaking, Creole speaking students, and they're spending all of their time working with them. And a lot of times too, when you have illegals, they don't have the vaccinations for things like the chickenpox and the measles that we all have, and a lot of times there's a lot of outbreaks of things like that.
Well, all you have to go to is to our statistics at the Clark County Board of Health and know that there's been an uptick in HIV, tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis? What is this, the 1800s? Tuberculosis, we've wiped that out in America.
Well, you've got to consider where some of these folks are coming from that don't have adequate medical services where they come from, so they're bringing with them the diseases that we have eradicated.
There's a lot of people are talking about the illegals are driving. They don't have driver's licenses. Obviously, they don't have insurance. I mean, that's pretty dangerous.
It is. You have to understand that in when we say permit in Haitian Creole, it means permission. So they think when they get their permit that they have permission to drive. And of course, coming from Haiti, which doesn't have a lot of driving, they don't have an infrastructure. They have no idea what they're doing, and of course, the driver's test is translated for them. So you never know if they've actually answered the questions or if they don't speak, so they're not going to understand the signs. They're always on their phone because they don't know the city streets. So it's a daily occurrence. In fact, I've had to change all of my driving habits. I used to bike to work every day, and I refuse to ride my bike through Springfield because I'm afraid that I'm going to become a greasy spot on the pavement.
Oh my goodness! What impact has this had on the housing prices? It's got to be really devastating because they're lessening the value of the property. It's got to be when you're overrun with a barbarian population that are doing crime and eating wild ducks from the park.
Here's the thing: is a lot of your LLCs, people have turned out the local citizens in lieu of housing Haitians because these folks have come here under TPS, temporary protected status. So they come here with the full nod of the government, with housing vouchers, with money from the government, with EBT cards, with Medicaid cards.
So they have free food. They're illegal. They have EBT cards. If they have the EBT cards, they got food. Why are they taking the ducks, the dogs, and the cats?
Well, you have to understand the culture, and I'm not so sure how much of that is. Honestly, Brian, they do practice some things that we don't.
What, like voodoo?
Well, fresh food for them. The Haitians do not trust a lot of things that we do. Like, for example, our running water is distasteful to them because they're not used to having an infrastructure that provides fresh water, and it tastes funny. I have Haitian friends, and we talk about this all the time, that the differences between what they're used to and what we have here is so diverged that it's more of a... So
the water is too clean for them. It's too. Does it taste funny to you?
No, because we're used to having it being.
So where do they get the water? If they won't drink the water out of the spigot, what are they doing for water?
Bottled water.
Oh, bottled water. They drink bottled water. Okay.
But that's what they're getting. That's what they're getting in Haiti. So. While it's true that out of these 20,000, we probably have quite a few illegals because our first surge came from the folks that crossed the Rio Grande del Rio in September of 2021. That's when we got our first surge.
So what's the crime like there in Springfield, Ohio, right now?
We've always been a bit of a Wild West town. If you look at our crime statistics, we've always had a high poverty rate. We've been one of the poorest cities of our size. The crime has always been an issue, but it's more of a Wild West sort of crime. And it's not the Haitians that are doing crimes. It's the car accidents. It's the break-ins.
Break-ins a crime. What do you mean break-ins? Who's doing the break-ins?
we have a huge homeless population that is being totally ignored. And the people down on their luck, being forced out of their homes and forced to be homeless, are probably part of that source. It's a whole big picture, Brian. It's not just.
Where, I mean, has JD Vance gotten involved in all with what's going on in Springfield?
Well, he has spoken about this on the campaign trail. We have been on his radar. Some of us, a small group of us, have been in communication with his team. We're reaching out to everybody because we need so much help. We're at the epicenter of what's happening across America, as you have.
Well, you know what it is? It shows you, I mean, Springfield, Ohio, pretty far from the southern border, but every town is a border town now.
Correct, and we are the epitome of what it looks like to have your population flipped by, and it's not just Haitians, to be honest with you, because we had a surge of Hispanics beginning in 2014, and I can go into great detail on how that happened, and our city commissioners at the time were a part of that, but we have probably 5,000 to 8,000 Hispanics in town as well.
On top of the 20,000 Haitians? So you're a town, in the last census, the population was 58,000 in Springfield. So now you're telling us that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have brought a total of close to 30,000 illegals, which is on top of the 58,000. I mean, the town must be overrun and just crowded.
Well, we are overrun. We're crowded, and we're crowded in a sense that a lot of these individuals are duped into coming to Springfield, thinking that they're going to have a land of plenty and paradise, and get here and realize that the housing is to share a bed with someone else. So you have.
Well, that's better than Haiti. I mean, Haiti is a total anarchy.
You have to understand why they're here. It's cheap labor.
Well, Ohio's a farm state, and I guess there's some factories there still. Well, listen, I'm late. I'm late for the break. I appreciate your call. Stay in touch, and with us on the situation. And I'm glad you called. I mean, I'm very happy you called. Very random call here with this story because you give credibility to the story. If I'm just when I'm reading the story and playing these sound bites. A lot of people, I don't know if that's real or not. You're right there, ground zero, Springfield, Ohio, confirming everything and sharing much more. Hey, appreciate the call. Again, stay in touch. Take care. Oh, my goodness. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again.
Crazy. That is crazy. If you're on hold, hang in there. That's just amazing call. It's scary. It's disturbing. That is so scary, what's going on.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Moreau from the All
Insanely scary.
Today is Monday, September 9th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside. There are some chances of some afternoon to evening showers, so make sure you keep an umbrella close by, stay cool, stay dry, and have a wonderful, safe start to your Monday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation.
That's you think Kamala cares? And my allergies are killing me. I forgot to take my allergy medication all weekend long, so 2 or 3 days without it. And this morning I woke up and my allergies are back. So you guys got to bear with me. I apologize. Well, I don't just have honey here. It's just my allergies. It's causing my... I'd forgotten that I did that live stream this morning. I didn't realize until after that stream that I haven't taken my allergy medication since like Thursday, and I got to take it every single day.
Don't miss 3-course dinner shows, the Pure Zeppelin Experience October 11th, Let It Be November 8th, Penny Nicks November 22nd, and more. The Paddock is also your best bet for OTB action and football Sundays with
I'm allergic to cats, and I've got 3 of them. But if I take the medication, it's fine.
PBKennelClub.com. Is one team keeping you on the bench? Become the superstar you dream of being at Game Day Men's Health. With expert licensed staff trained with clinical research, Game Day Men's Health crafts a playbook specialized for you to raise your testosterone levels and reach peak performance. Rejuvenate, energize.
That was really a frightening call. That was really a. I put that out on the air. I got it.
Brian Craig here. If you're a homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. With a AAA credit rating and bonded up to $10 million, Laporta Contracting doesn't need a large deposit like those other contractors do. Typical deposits other contractors want are 1/3 of the contract. If your job is $30,000, that's a $10,000 deposit. If your job is $300,000, that's $100,000. What are they doing with your money? Typically, it takes 3 to 4 weeks.
Well, JD needs to have this story is really going viral about Springfield, Ohio. It's
Homeowner or HOA, Tom Laporta is honest, knowledgeable, and reliable, and he'll never sell you a roof you don't need. Laporta Contracting has been in the roofing and contracting business since 1988, and his services cover the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. Tom Laporta can handle any type of roofing job too: residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings, emergency repairs. If it's roofing, Tom Laporta can do it. Call Tom Laporta right now on his cell phone, 954-604-4602, 954-604-4602, and online, LaportaContracting.com.
Hi, I'm Suns. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
Dr. Mitch Matez, an expert in hormone replacement therapy, is here to help you reclaim your youth. Hormone replacement therapy is all natural.
Where are we?
To where they were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, have more energy, and even get your sex drive back. And for women, hormone replacement pellet therapy can completely stop and reverse the signs and symptoms of menopause. No more mood swings, better sleep, and no more night sweats. Call Dr. Matez for a free consultation today at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Here we go.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, we are back. Wow, if you're on hold, stand by. I'm so glad that lady called from Springfield, Ohio. And, because, the stories that are out there out of Springfield, the New York Times is reporting on this stuff that I'm talking about. But it sounds so fantastically insane that you need someone from there to confirm it. I mean, you know what I mean? The stories about the cats and the dogs and the ducks and that they're eating them, it just, people are like, I can't believe it. And we hear what's going on. All right, let's go. Scary. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. This is Richie.
Oh, man.
What you got going on? What a show, an enlightening show. This is for the guitar-playing, anti-American racist from Harlem. I want him to hear this. You're a lot younger than I am, Brian. You know that. In 1979, that would have made you how old?
8.
Right. I was driving a county bus in Broward County. And let me tell you something. What I saw happen, the influx of Haitians that came in from Haiti was so incredible. It was basically on the news every night that they were finding carcasses of dogs, cats, everything all over the place. Human sacrifices that had human skulls, that had all sorts of craziness, voodoo, everything else. The sanitary conditions were terrible. The people that came here couldn't speak a word of English, overwhelmed the schools. Thank God Broward County and Miami, Little Haiti, they could absorb it because we were massive population. I can't imagine what's going on now in this town.
Well, Springfield, Ohio is being turned, it's Little Haiti now is what it is.
And I'll tell you something. You're going to be called a racist by Renee. He's going to call in and be called a racist. And that's tired crap already. The fact of the matter is that these people, and I'm saying these people or those people, if that offends you, it's too bad out there. But the fact is they come here totally different. You can't go down the streets of Port-au-Prince, you get shot. It's anarchy. It's total. It's worse than cavemen. Their culture is basically disgusting. They took all the jobs here. By the way, every restaurant in Broward County became Haitian workers in the kitchen. There were so many problems with the sanitation conditions back then. Restaurants were actually being cited.
Yeah, but what's going on right now in Springfield, Ohio? 20,000 illegal Haitians dumped in by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. The city is under siege, and dogs and cats are going missing. People have seen them cut the heads off of ducks in the park and walk away with the carcass. I mean, they don't even realize what they're doing is wrong. That's just what you do, I guess, in Haiti.
Exactly. It's wild town. And let me tell you something. I talked to somebody that was literally sitting in a restaurant in Port-au-Prince, and there's no sewer system. When it rained, human feces was floating right by them, going down into the water.
Now this story in Springfield, Ohio is not new. It's new to us, but it's been going on for a while. And there's no one can convince me that President Trump and his campaign are not responsible for this going viral over the last 24 hours, the day before the presidential debate. It's a huge story.
Right. I saw the little lady that she said that they're throwing mattresses and garbage on her front lawn.
That's right.
I saw that video.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you something. This is anti-American. I don't care who the hell you are. This is 100%. This is not about the white man afraid of America turning brown. This is about a man that's sitting here seeing our country being destroyed totally. I don't care if you come here from...
Well, I'll tell you this. The Haitians aren't in Delaware.
And they're not in where Obama lives either.
No.
For less than 30 hours, and they were shipped right out.
Mm-hmm.
What happened there?
Yeah.
These rich people are hypocrites, and people like...
Well, I got to tell you, I'd love to see J.D. Vance and President Trump fly into Springfield and survey the situation.
It has to be exposed to this.
Because this. I mean, you look at what's going on. Aurora, Colorado, the Venezuelan gangs, Chicago. It's happening all over the place.
Yeah, but you're a racist and I'm a racist because we're afraid that America's turning brown.
Well, I just don't want my dogs and cats eaten for dinner. I appreciate the call. Now, here's a lady that has some friends in the Springfield area, and she's talking about what has been going on. Listen.
Hey, Patriots. So I didn't want to believe what I'm about to tell you, but after researching, looking into it in Ohio, I actually have people out in Ohio. It turns out that there is accuracy to this story.
She's like me. I don't want to believe this either, but it's happening. It's crazy. And we have it confirmed from one of our own listeners in Springfield.
Springfield is a small town in Ohio. 4 years ago, it had about 60,000 residents. Under Harris and Biden, 20,000 Haitian immigrants were shipped to Springfield, Ohio. The Haitians, and I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are literally like going to parks, how we feed the ducks or whatever. They are taking ducks and cutting their heads off and taking them home to eat them, to cook them and eat them. There was a neighbor that was missing her cat. She couldn't find her cat. One day she came home from work. As soon as she stepped out of her car, looked towards a neighbor's house where Haitians lived, and saw her cat hanging from a branch like you do like a deer.
Oh my goodness.
Field dressing or butchering.
Oh my goodness.
Carving the cat up.
Oh my gosh.
They've been doing this to dogs. They've been doing it at Snyder Park with the ducks and the geese. This is Harrison Biden's. They flew these people in to Ohio. So if you're out in Ohio, please watch your animals. If you're anywhere, really, please watch your animals, because their customs are not the same as ours, obviously, and this is just so wrong. It's disgusting, but it is in fact true. So please be safe. Keep your pets inside. Keep your cats inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you're on hold, stand by. I got a call Friday night from one of my radio friends. There's I'm not going to say the name of the person, but there is a well-known radio personality from the South Florida radio market who was the victim of a home invasion about a week ago. And it got very, very violent. Home invasion robbery attempt. Very, very violent. And they got away. They have no suspects. They were wearing masks. They have really no leads. And they have this now, but they had no cameras at their house. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, and it's a very detailed thing. I don't want to get into all the details of it. I don't want to tell you who it is, but it's very, very scary stuff, people. You want to call Sloman's and get your free doorbell camera. You know, with the doorbell camera, you get a notification anytime there's movement at your door. Yeah, that's right. And it's also, got everything filmed and recorded, so, if something god-awful like this happened, well, you would know before they got there. You would know who's at the door. You certainly wouldn't be opening up the door to strangers wearing masks. And you would also they'd have video. They could show the police, too. But they don't have that. But Sloman's are going to give you a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. I'm going to give you the number in a moment. They're also going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. You get an LED touchscreen, a motion detector, 10 contacts, a lifetime warranty, a backup battery, and a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. Here's the number, 1-833-283-5050. 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050. Get that free doorbell camera. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your home. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered mornings to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Hey there, it's Brian Craig. You've heard me tell you about how Dr. Appleton has rid me of pain with his laser away pain treatment. Shoulder injuries, arthritis, knee pain, all gone, and more. But don't just.
This is crazy, man.
Monica called me live on the radio to tell me how Dr. Appleton rid her of pain.
Brian, my name is Monica. I'm from Boca. I'm calling because several weeks ago I had a lot of pain on my knee, and I went to see Dr. Appleton. He released me from my knee pains. I can walk. And this week I went to see him. I had excruciating pain on my hand, and I had a treatment. And I just want to say out there to everyone, it works. It really works. I am pain-free from my hand. He's amazing. Friendly staff. He's wonderful. And I highly recommend him. And I thank you so much for the recommendation. I'm very grateful.
I mean, where's the PETA people?
Right now. And say bye-bye to your pain, too. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. When it comes to dental work, there's no one better than Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. But don't just take my word for it. This is Richie the bus driver. He called in on the air to share his experience with Dr. Gupta. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie. Dr. Gupta. I go 139 miles to this guy. I have broken
William, $5 super chat, thank you. The Democrat politicians need pressure put on them to stop Kamala's illegals from being transported into Springfield, Ohio. Well, the politicians are getting paid, you know that. They're so corrupt. But thanks for that super chat, William. Appreciate it.
954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
The Greater South Florida Chamber of Commerce has fantastic free
Now, this is insane.
all year long. Join us for their next great expo in your area.
Coming up next, it's the Greater South Florida Chamber of Commerce's Health Fair, Senior and Wealth Management Summit at the Kane Center in Seward on Friday, September 13th from 11 to 3. Oldies will be on site giving away a free cruise for two. Come say hi.
Learn more and see a full list of events at GreaterSouthFloridaChamber.com.
Are you exhausted after work with no energy left in the tank to give your family? Are you having a midday crash on a daily basis? Women, are menopause symptoms like hot flashes, anxiety, and depression making your daily life feel far more difficult than it should? Men, do you feel like you are aging far beyond what you should? Is your sexual life and relationship suffering because of disappointments in the bedroom? Then take action and let our medical team at Lighthouse Medical Center help you stop the symptoms that are holding you back. We use all-natural hormone optimization therapies with precision technology to help solve your problematic symptoms. Our family-owned practice has had the honor of serving our South Florida community for over 71 years. Call us right now and let our medical team get you optimized and feeling the way that you should. Life is too short to be running at less than 100%. You and your family deserve the best version of you. Call us at 754-222-6642 or visit us at lighthousemedicalcenter.com to schedule your consultation today.
At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need a simple
If you're on hold, hang in there.
Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. Call us today at 833 all year. That's 833 all year.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we are back. The story in Springfield, Ohio is insane. You know, by the way, where are the animal rights activists? PETA. They're still around. Pets going missing. These terrible stories with they're eating them. The ducks. Here's a lady, Richie referenced this. I had it queued. I was getting ready to play it before he referenced it. This is an elderly woman. She's in Springfield, Ohio. This is at their city commission meeting. And she's lived in the same house for 40 plus years. Listen to what she has to say. Scary stuff. Really sad, too.
Done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard, and I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay.
You know, these local city commissioners, if I wasn't on the radio right now, I would use profanity. I mean, they're just a bunch of AHs. I mean, that's just it. I mean, let's face it. Their people are being victimized. They're begging them for help, and they're just sitting up there in their city councilman chairs counting the money that they're making off of being a sanctuary city. They just don't care. These are monsters. See, this is the kind of thing, when Trump's in office, he'd send J.D. Vance over there, and they'd take over that town, fire those city commissioners, get the governor involved, and remove them. See, this is what's going on with this Democrat rule that we have in this country right now with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. They do not care about the American people. They're done with us. They're making money in other ways off of other people. And this woman and her husband, 45 years in the same house, and they're leaving. What has this done to their home value? Could they even sell it? Practically giving it away? Probably not. And that home is probably a big part of their nest egg and retirement plans. City council doesn't care. You can tell. No sympathy at all. They're just sitting there listening. Everybody gets their 2 minutes or 90 seconds, however long they allot. You come up there. They have to sit there and listen to it. And they sit back and rock in their big leather chairs. They don't care. I've seen it happen in Broward County with the school boards and the city and the county commissions here. I don't know who's on it now, but when I used to live in Broward years ago, we had a bunch of liberal monsters. You could get up there and whine and cry about what's going on. They don't care. They got special interests coming in. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Susan, and I'm another caller from Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, my goodness.
The reports you're hearing are, in fact, very true, from what's happening to the pets, to the car accidents, and I am sending you through Messenger links to videos, montages, so you can be further informed. And I do want to address what's going on at City Commission. Noelle, the woman you just featured in that soundbite from City Commission, she's part of a group that I am also in. I've spoken at that same City Commission. And in 2014, not to go too far into the weeds, but in 2014, the commissioners who were then in power made Springfield, Ohio, a welcoming city, which is slightly different than a sanctuary city. And there it was, 2014. So here it is years later, Haiti happens, and now we have Haitians. We do not know how they are getting here.
Oh, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are busing them and flying them there. That's how they're getting there.
Exactly, but we also don't know if this is part of the network of this Welcoming America, which I presented to the City Commission and also traced it all the way.
Well, let me ask you, because the City Commission, I see the videos of all the residents that are begging for help. I don't hear the City Commission saying anything. When local residents in Springfield, Ohio, get up and talk about all these terrible things, what do the city commissioners? What do they say?
They say, thank you, your 3 minutes are up.
Oh, my goodness.
My presentation ended with a copy of a letter from the executive director of Welcoming America. We are part of this network that shows it was funded by George Soros Open Society.
Yeah. So, now that this, I know you guys have been suffering for years, okay? But it's just become a national story over the weekend, really. Okay, and I personally believe that President Trump's campaign has made this a national story over the weekend and this morning. We got to get J.D. Vance there.
I agree. We'd love to have J.D. Vance here.
Oh my goodness.
We also have had two separate groups who, I don't know their affiliation. Specifically, they have named themselves, but they are some sort of, let's characterize them as white nationalists.
Oh. What is, I don't know about the white nationalists, but I do know this. It does not sound safe there. It sounds very dangerous in Springfield.
I'm carrying. I'm 68 years old.
Really?
Carrying.
Oh, my goodness.
And I also would like to say that I do less driving in this town. To me, that is the most critical point, because I'm at risk of being slammed into by someone who never had a car, now has a car. Cars don't even have tags on them. They may or may not have a license. They can't read English. They do not understand our driving laws. And I'm driving less now.
So I'm hearing this. Two people from Springfield, Ohio, calling me, both telling me the roads in Springfield are dangerous with these illegals. How are they getting cars without driver's licenses?
Well, there are reports, and a lot of our group have researched it, and there are reports that through the different programs offered to the folks under temporary protected status includes transportation allowances.
Oh, my goodness.
shuttles to and from work, or cash subsidies toward the purchase of a vehicle.
They give them money to buy car. Oh my! Listen, I'm out of time for the hour, but listen, stay in touch with me, and and spread the word in Springfield.
Well, find me in your email, in your messenger.
On Twitter?
No, on Facebook, and also on Truth Social.
Okay, what's your first name?
Susan.
All right.
Creek.
Okay, I'll look on Truth Social. All right, appreciate the call. Oh my goodness, this is scary stuff. These are desperate people in Springfield, and they're being terrorized by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, who don't care, just like the city council. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and Heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Marone from the All-Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is Monday, September 9th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside. There are some chances of some afternoon to evening showers, so make sure you keep an umbrella close by, stay cool, stay dry, and have a wonderful, safe start to your Monday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling.
This is scary stuff, guys. I mean, this is
Same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now,
Madeline. Thank you so much. $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that. She said she DM'd me on True Social. Not, no. Not yet. She hasn't DM'd me yet.
People just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Catch the PBKC Picks podcast live every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. and come to the best place in town to catch football Sundays, the Paddock Restaurant at PBKC. It's feast and football every week with a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet plus a draft beer for just $25. Plus, you can find out how to get it for free by calling 561-683-2222 extension 199. Great food and over 140 HD TVs, 3 big screens, and drink specials every football Sunday. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Message from Scott from CutMyKilowatts.com. This is Scott from CutMyKilowatts.com. I'm back. Dog days of summer are upon us. Your AC is struggling, running constantly, trying to hold the temperature, maybe even failing late afternoon. Your electric bill has gone up, even double. Radiant Barrier is the cure. Stop the heat gain, lowering the temperatures in the attic up to 40 degrees, cutting the FPL bills up to 40%. Dog days of summer sales at 50% on Radiant Barrier and insulation removal, rat proofing. We even do AC ducts in the heat of the summer. Act now and get $500 off Radiant Barrier over 2,000 square feet and $1,000 off over 4,000 square feet, plus a 30% federal tax credit. So call now 954-939-1500 to save big. Call 954-939-1500 and talk to the owner, Scott. It's 954-939-1500 or cutmykilowatts.com. Estimates given on the phone, work done in days, not weeks, easier than ordering a pizza.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor can order. They even have drug testing.
We'll be back right after this.
Take control of your health care and visit any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, hour number 2 has begun. If you missed the first hour, you missed a lot. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm going to do a quick recap It started to come out yesterday, and this morning it's just all of it's coming out. Springfield, Ohio is a town, as of the last census in 2020, 58,000 residents. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have dumped 20,000 Haitian illegals into the city of Springfield that had 58,000 residents in it. Now it's got 78,000 residents. Then we find out they dumped another 100,000 Hispanic South American illegals there too. So we got about 30,000 illegals in Springfield. And the stories that have been reported since yesterday are insane. People's pets have gone missing, dogs and cats. The Haitians have been taking the dogs and cats, killing them and eating them. Played some audio. One woman, her cat went missing. She saw it hanging on a illegal Haitian's tree, and had the head cut off, and they were preparing it to eat. Springfield residents have seen Haitians in the park take ducks, cut the heads off, take the carcasses home for food. The crime is out of control. A school bus was hit by an illegal Haitian on the road, killing one child, age 11, injuring over 20 others. I've heard randomly, just very surprised, 2 callers already this morning, both ladies from Springfield, Ohio, telling us that all these stories are true, and it's even worse than we're hearing. It's not just Springfield, Ohio. This is happening all over the country. But highlighting what's going on in Springfield, Ohio, will help save this country. We're less than 2 months away from the national election. The debate is tomorrow with President Trump and Willie Brown's girlfriend. This is insanity. And the Democrats don't care, people. All right, let's go to the phones. Scary. It's really scary. And, the last caller from Springfield, she confirmed what I suspected. City Council doesn't care. People get up for 3 minutes. They beg, they plead, they tell their terrible story, and they just say thank you. Next. They don't care. Because they're getting paid. I'll tell you, that's why. Local officials are corrupt. They're all corrupt. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Jack from Sarasota. How are you?
All right, Jack.
I think it's horrible. I've got a friend named Antoine from Alabama, and he is adamant on, hiding your kids, hiding your wife from all this stuff. It's everywhere. Alabama, Florida, immigrants are everywhere.
Immigrants are everywhere? What does that mean, immigrants are everywhere?
The United States was built on the backs of immigrants, sir. And yes, there will be crime. But you know what? There's also a lot of good that comes from immigration.
But tell me what the good is coming out of Springfield, Ohio, a town of 58,000. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have dumped 20,000 illegal Haitians in a town of 58,000 that's now a town of 78,000. Pets are being kidnapped. The schools are being overrun. A school bus was crashed into, killing a student. Tell me where the good is in Springfield, Ohio, with the illegal immigrants that are there.
So is this like your story where the
New York Times is reporting this.
Is it a computer generated?
No, it is the liberal New York Times reporting this.
Some immigrants, and you're right, some do commit crime, but others actually...
No, the illegals, excuse me, the illegals are all criminals. They're here, they come into the country illegally.
You just admitted...
They're not refugees.
Haiti has a lot of problems. You just admitted...
It's an anarchy.
What if these people are seeking some sort of...
It's not my problem. It's not my problem.
They're bringing...
It's not my problem.
They're refugees. Yeah, that's right. They're refugees.
No, they're illegals. They are illegals. Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Sarasota, Florida.
You're in your car. You on your way to work?
No, I'm not on my way to work right now.
Have you left your house?
Yeah.
Is your house unlocked? Is your house unlocked or locked?
Listen, I don't think people have...
I didn't ask you. Excuse me. The reason I'm asking, can some of these illegal Haitians come to your house while you're not there and eat your food, sleep in your bed, use your toilet?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
You heard what I said. I said, how many of these illegals are you allowing to use your home?
How many of these illegals am I allowing?
Yes, that's the question.
How many undocumented citizens have helped Trump?
They're not undocumented citizens. Come on. You're pulling my leg. You know, I asked you a question. You answered it with a question. How many illegals are you allowing are in your home?
Sometimes that happens, sir.
You have illegals in your home? Are you excuse me, are you helping illegals? You allowing them to sleep in your home and use your facilities or not?
Am I helping illegals? For one, there are people that are immigrants, and if someone, such as Donald Trump, hired them...
Now, excuse me, Donald Trump, there's a employment plan and such that he uses. He doesn't have illegals working for him. You're talking about illegal... You're not. There's a difference between illegal and people that have work permits. Donald Trump had people with work permits. Don't divert. You know, it's very easy for... Excuse me. Donald Trump had people... You can hear I'm not breaking up. Your argument is breaking up, okay? There's a difference between people with work permits and people that are illegal. It's very nice of you, as a liberal do-gooder, he's going to tell me he's MAGA probably, but as a liberal do-gooder, it's very kind of you to allow the people of Springfield to have their dogs and cats killed and eaten by these illegals while you're sitting over there on the Gulf Coast in Sarasota not allowing any of them to come into your home. It's very...
To say that in the 80s that people were doing that to their pets before Halloween?
No, it's happening now. I don't know about the 80s. I know what's going on now, and it's being reported in the New York Times.
You're gaslighting...
No, I'm not. I am not. This is in the New York Times. This is the New York Times.
Letting your listeners...
Why are you not allowing illegals into your home?
I thought you don't like to talk about polls.
Well, no, this is not open phones. We're talking about a city under siege. We're talking about Springfield, Ohio. This isn't open phones. Open phones is Friday.
The country is not under siege.
I didn't say the country. The country is being invaded at the southern border. 25 million illegals have come here under Kamala Harris's watch.
Being invaded.
Yes, we're being invaded. Yes, there is an invasion. 25 million illegals.
We're being invaded by millions of people. There would be tons of crime right now.
Well, rapes are up. Excuse me, rape is up 58%. Rape is up 58%.
Overall is down.
In Sarasota, which is Sarasota is a fancy pants town. I know Sarasota. It may not be up in the fancy pants area of Sarasota, but rapes in this country are up 58%.
I thought you want to get new voters to vote for Trump. This isn't going to help.
Oh, okay. We're supposed to... No. Rape is... This is not scaring people. Maybe it is, but it is truth. Rape is up 50... I'm not... You can hear everything I'm saying. By the way, thank you for your call. I mean, I can't talk to the guy if every time I bring up a point, I can't hear you. I can't, so he doesn't have to respond. President Trump in his Wisconsin rally over the weekend said rape is up 58%. Why do you think that is, since Kamala's been the border czar? If you're on hold, stand by. I love to talk to liberals and people that disagree and make my points through them. But if every time I bring one up, he claims, I can't hear you. You're being muted. Why would I mute myself when I'm talking to him? That doesn't even make sense. He didn't say I was muting him. He said I was muting myself. Why? Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. But that's a liberal for you. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back.
Understand his argument is
Colorado and Chicago were two big things in the big
Yeah, exactly.
swelling gangs, people getting kicked out of their own apartments. But no, there's no invasion. There's no. Yeah.
Oh, for me.
Because Sarasota.
What did you do?
Oh, it's Sarasota's a nice area.
Why'd you kill the cat? Smile for me. Smile with your teeth. Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it? Did you guys see all this?
No. We pulled up and she was just laying there with him.
Did you see her eating it?
Eating it.
She was eating it?
Oh my gosh.
Attention seniors, are you not happy with your current Medicare plan? If not, give Debbie at I Will Advisors a call. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080. There are 5-star rated plans that you can enroll in the middle of the year. That's right, you don't have to wait for open enrollment. Debbie and her family have been taking care of Steve Kane Show listeners since 1993. Debbie even handles Steve Kane's Medicare. So if you're not happy with your current Medicare plan, give Debbie a call right now and go over the options. 954-753-8080. Debbie can help you no matter where you're located in the state of Florida. 954-753-8080. And online, IWillAdvisors.com.
Now is the best time when the market is challenged to consider copper, gold, silver, battery metals, clean tech, biotech, and AI equities. Listen to Money Talk Radio South Florida with me, Ellis Martin, 9:30 a.m. weekdays here on your true oldies station.
Kane Show with Brian The Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM. Hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at
All right, 17 minutes after the hour. Callers on hold, stand by. The countdown has begun to our 6th annual Steve Kane, Brian Craig MAGA Cruise. We leave March 30th for 7 days on the Celebrity Ascent, and you are all invited. You know, we're going, by the way, we're going to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. It's 7 days. Everything we have is private. Private excursions to open only to our group, private cocktail parties. Our dining is private, which we're doing something special this year for dining. All of our events are private. And, you know, there's a number of reasons why we go on celebrity cruises. Our first cruise was not celebrity. The first cruise we did was on Royal Caribbean. Many of you were there. Celebrity is a luxury cruise line. There are fewer passengers per crew member than any of the other cruise lines. You're really pampered. It's like being on a yacht. But there really are not kids on the celebrity ships. People bring their kids. They're adults, right? You don't have a bunch of little kids running around screaming. And I have a kid, she's grown up, but, I don't really like listening to other people's kids screaming all the time when I'm trying to relax on a cruise. But call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot and join us. You'll have a great time, I promise you. The number 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. The last caller, none of that even makes sense, what he said. I want to play some audio here. This is a police officer. This is his body camera. He has just arrested a Haitian woman. A neighbor called. She was eating a pet cat. This is the body cam footage. I know, this is crazy. I'm in shock. Listen.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Smile for me. Smile over your teeth. Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it?
Now, why'd you kill it? Did you guys see all this?
No, we pulled up and she was just laying there with it.
Did you see her eating it?
Eating it.
She was eating it?
Yeah, she was.
Can you call the Humane Society, see if they'll come pick this cat up? It's deceased.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there's the witnesses that saw her doing it in the street. My goodness. I mean, it's like zombies walking around Springfield. I'm so glad that those two ladies from Springfield, Ohio called in the first hour, because these stories seem so crazy. You need to hear from people that are there to confirm that it's happening. This is America, not Port-au-Prince. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug. Wow. This story, I'm shocked that the New York Times is liberal, like this last call that you had, man. They all seem to cover up maniacs, these liberals.
Well, you know what? The New York Times reporting this, you know what Rush Limbaugh used to call that?
I forgot now, yeah.
An accidental case of journalism.
Yeah, there you go. You're 100% right. You put J.D. Vance out there, and maybe now the rest of the liberal media will start talking about it, and finally.
I mean, did you hear that idiot I was talking to from Sarasota?
Yeah, man, unbelievable. What's good? This is just sick that people could allow this 20,000.
And for people that don't know, Sarasota it's an upscale city. It's a tiny little town. It's very fancy. It's on the Gulf Coast. I love Sarasota. It's a beautiful place. And it's very liberal of him to allow the people of Springfield, Ohio to suffer while he's on the beaches of Florida's Gulf Coast.
Well, that's the liberal mentality. As long as it's not bothering me,
yes,
I'll make sure I say it's okay.
Yes.
Cover up. Yeah, they got to know that it's terrible what's going on, but they just can't let the party have a blemish. So they're going to keep saying anything they can, talk nonsense, and hope the people will go.
I mean, if you remember years ago in Miami, remember we used to have all that Santeria stuff going on?
Yeah.
I mean, so, a lot of these people, they come from these places, they're not, I don't even think that's third world. I mean, we're talking about primitive people that they're out there doing things like this.
Eating cats, dogs, and whatever else. I mean, they get food stamps too, but they're so used to eating cats, I guess, that they think that it's okay. Where's the police?
Now, I got to tell you, okay, I ran into a listener on, this is an important point to be made, okay? I ran into a listener over the weekend, and they came up to me and they were talking to me and all of this, and they had an accent and they said they're an immigrant. And I said, "Where are you from?" And he put his head down and he said, "Oh, Venezuela." And I said, and I told you, you're not, he's a legal immigrant. I was like, you're not responsible for what these Venezuelan gangs are doing. That's like saying I'm responsible for what some gangs are doing in L.A., right? And he was like embarrassed, a little shame. Here in Florida, we have a very large Caribbean population, including a lot of Haitians. I've never seen activity like that with our Haitians down here. I mean, we have good people here. But what's happened is the people that they're bringing over, if you notice, President Trump talks about this. South America, Haiti, they're sending the worst of the worst in their countries. They're emptying out their mental hospitals. They're emptying out their prisons. You know what I mean? So I don't want people to think that this is typical with Haitians. I mean, my goodness. If that was typical with Haitians, we'd be done here in South Florida, wouldn't we?
Yeah, that's for sure. But Haiti is an unlawful place.
It's an anarchy.
Yeah, it's overrun, and unfortunately the good people have to suffer because of these bad people, and then people eating cats and dogs and hitting buses with no driver license. This got to stop. Where's the police? I want to know. They should be fixed.
Well, I would imagine that they're overrun. I mean, a town. I mean, where are you calling from? What town are you in?
I'm in Coral Springs.
Okay, Coral Springs is pretty big, but like, how many people live in Tamarack? Springfield is a city about the size of maybe Tamarack, maybe smaller, like maybe smaller than the city of Sunrise. want you to think about it. If you go to like Century Village, 50,000 people live in Century Village, right? 50,000 people live in Century Village. Springfield is a town of 58,000 before this happened. So could you imagine if you took 20,000 of these people that are in Springfield and put them in Century Village? That's what's happened here.
Guy says there's good comes up. Yeah, like you said, where's the good? There's no good.
No, there's no good out of that, unless you're into voodoo and you're looking for a priestess or something.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then the bottom line is then we are all paying for these people to be here, and it's really sad that.
Well, that's the when you look at what's going on, that's the least of the problem. Hey, I appreciate the call, Doug. There's only one opening on the board where Doug was at, our number 1-888-465-2631. But I do want to be clear about this, because when these discussions happen, you can get down these slippery slopes. And, it's just like this guy that this listener I ran into over the weekend from Venezuela. When he put his head down, he's like, oh, I'm from Venezuela. I got a call the other day from someone on the air who said, oh, I'm from Venezuela. You have nothing to do with those Venezuelan gangs. There's a lot of them, hey, Joe Biden and Hunter Biden are Americans, and look what they do. It's not my fault, right? So this is not a statement on Haitians or Venezuelans. It's a statement on the ones that are causing these problems. Now, I know that it's been raining a lot, right? Oh, my goodness. It's been raining so much. If you've got a wet spot on your ceiling, you've got a leak in your roof, it is rainy season. It is hurricane season. You want to get that taken care of. Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting and Roofing, who will never sell you a roof you do not need. If you need just a simple repair, he will do it. He works on every type of structure, both residential and commercial, also municipal buildings like schools, churches, and such, and government buildings, condos, HOAs. He's a specialist with that. Any size home, large or small. He works with every type of roofing material. And he's not just a roofer, he's also a contractor. And under Florida law, as a contractor, Tom Laporta is allowed to deal directly with your insurance company, whether it's commercial or residential, for the cost of the repair or the replacement of your roof. And that's a big deal, because I know years ago, before I knew Tom, I had some roof damage, and my insurance company just didn't want to do it. I had to hire a guy, an adjuster. It took a year. I finally got the money, but then I had to give the adjuster 20%. So I had to come up with the rest of the money to get the roof repaired. Some people hire attorneys. Tom Laporta can handle all of it for you. Now, this number rings directly to Tom Laporta's cell phone. You can call or text him at this number, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602 for Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting and Roofing. All right, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour, and after the break, we'll go right back to your calls. Our number 1-888-465-2631. Don't go anywhere. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Cool. Awesome.
The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning.
Oh, man. What's that?
Sorry, I go see an eye doctor.
Oh, really? For what?
I don't know. My eyes like getting really red.
Oh.
Right here. I don't know what the heck's going on.
A ophthalmologist?
Ophthalmologist. Yeah. I brushed my teeth last night and I looked up into my mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, is my eye like bleeding? And then my parents were still awake, so it's like, hey, it's like my eyes, and now this one it's starting to feel itchy, so I'm trying not to touch it, I'm trying to just wash it, but if it's not one thing, it's always another.
No, yeah. It's always something.
thing is, it's not. They didn't get worse from last night, but it's like the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's still.
Traffic, a service of the
Whoa.
Palm Beach Kennel Club. Paddock Restaurant's comedy and dinner show season is here. Get your tickets now for comedians. Boom by Johnny Saturday.
I think the phone is all good now.
Oh, good.
So I'm gonna test out a few minutes, like a minute or two before you.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be November 8th, Penny Nick's November 22nd, and more. The Paddock is also your best bet for Oak TV action and football Sundays with over 140 HD TVs and 3 big screens. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Hey, my true oldies listeners, John Tesh here with some intelligence for your retirement this time. When you're looking for a retirement advisor, you don't trust that experience are two big qualities to look for. And as it turns out, my friend Jupiter Joe Thomas possesses both of these. Whether you're in retirement or looking to retire, local expert Joe Thomas.
What?
561-743-0999. Or, even simpler, you can go to jupiterjoe.com. Mention my name, John Tesh. You'll receive a free copy of Joe's book, Retirement Know-It-All. Great book. Call 561-743-0999. Or remember, go to jupiterjoe.com. That's jupiterjoe.com.
Hey everyone, Brian Craig here. You asked Mike Lindell and he listened. Mike's offering the queen size My Pillow for just $19.98 with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at mypillow.com. Plus, you could get the 6-piece My Pillow towel for just $25. The bed sheets are $25 too. The new My Pillow mattress cover as low as $69.98. Go to mypillow.com. Use our promo code Kane for these huge discounts. You can also order by phone. 1-800-716-4879.
If you're on hold, hang in there.
1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at mypillow.com.
Hi, it's Katie with Will For You. It's time to live beautiful and save beautifully with Karastan Flooring. Luxurious Karastan Flooring is just the footing you need to live beautifully. And now you can with National Karastan Month Savings with Style event. From September 19th to October 31st, enjoy an exclusive rebate to receive up to $1,000 back on select styles of Karastan. So from one neighbor to another, if you are looking for the freshest and most realistic wood looks in waterproof wood or luxury vinyl, or softness underfoot, plush and textured carpet, so easy to maintain, come experience the luxury of Karastan flooring at Will For You. It's the perfect combination for your next home flooring project. Visit Will For You in Stewart on US 1 just south of Walmart, and in Jupiter on alternate A1A and Indiantown Road, and willfloor.com. Will For You, family owned and operated for over 40 years.
Brian Craig here. If you're a homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. With a AAA credit rating and bonded up to $10 million, Laporta Contracting doesn't need a large deposit like those other contractors do. Typical deposits other contractors want are 1/3 of the contract. If your job is $30,000, that's a $10,000 deposit. If your job is $300,000, that's $100,000. What are they doing with your money? Typically, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get a permit. And HOAs, much longer. If they need money for the materials, they don't have credit with the suppliers, and that spells bad news for the homeowner or HOA. Tom Laporta is honest, knowledgeable, and reliable, and he'll never sell you a roof you don't need. Laporta Contracting has been in the roofing and contracting business since 1988, and his services cover the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. Tom Laporta can handle any type of roofing job too: residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings, emergency repairs. If it's roofing, Tom Laporta can do it. Call Tom Laporta right now on his cell phone, 954-604-4602, 954-604-4602, and online, LaportaContracting.com.
All right, we are back. There is one opening on the board on this Monday morning. I'll just go to the phones. I'm not going to recap, but we're talking about what's been exposed in Springfield, Ohio. I just want to mention that it is not a coincidence that this has been going on for a couple of years in Springfield. It's not a coincidence that it just came out the day before the debate. All right, let's go back to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Patty from New Jersey.
Hey, Patty, what's up?
Hey, so, we live on a farm up here in New Jersey, and between all of us, we spend hundreds of dollars a year to be able to hunt for deer, fish for fish, rabbit hunt, bird hunt, whatever kind of hunt. And, if we get caught hunting in the woods, we lose our license, they'll impound our guns, and, for these guys to be able to just walk into a public park and, kill fowl without paying the fees and doing it,
I'm not familiar. Are you able to get a hunting license for house cats and dogs? I missed that.
No, and that's where I was going, and just, within the last few years, they outlawed, selling horses. You get old and decrepit animals at certain time, and a lot of times the animals will go to a market after, rather than letting them stand outside and wither away, the animals would get sold into a market.
Yeah.
Used for dog food and stuff like that, and then they would be killed humanely and as humanely as possible. Killing any animal is not humane, but we Americans have to pay a lot of money every year to be able to, it's something that we've been brought up doing. We feed our family venison. It's a lot leaner meat, healthier meat and stuff like that. But yes, you're not allowed to just go out.
You don't take ducks. And you don't take ducks from the park.
No, you don't do it. You're told where you're allowed to hunt, where you're not allowed to hunt, and you are certainly not allowed to go onto public property where you have other people, standing watching that. And why they're allowing these people to just come in and same thing like everyone's been talking about. I've witnessed, people, illegal immigrants. Back 5-10 years ago, we had farms around us that would hire, illegal Mexicans.
Yes.
And, and they would just get a car and just...
Yeah, but maybe you missed, though. I got a call a little while ago from a guy here in Florida that says immigrants, there's a lot of benefits to them. That's what he told me earlier.
You know what? There's a lot of benefits if they come here legally.
Yeah, like Melania.
Yes, and my mother-in-law came from Holland way back in the 50s, I believe she came. And you know what? She had to come here. She had to sit for a test. She had to be able to read and write and sign a pledge to America. And you know what? There were flyers over in Holland.
All right. Well, listen, we're getting a little off, but I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. All right. And there's one opening on the board. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, that gives us two openings on the board. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Renee from Harlem.
Oh, hey, Renee.
So, it's funny. If you're a Mexican and you come up on the southern border, that's kind of funny to consider you an immigrant in New Mexico. The only person that's illegal are you people.
What do you mean, you people?
Well, you Europeans. Go back home.
What do you think Mexicans are? They're descendant of Spaniards. That's European. No, they're not Aztecs. They're descendant of Spaniards, which is Europe too.
Where did Spaniards come from?
Europe.
Right.
So they're European as well, Mexicans. You're aware of that, right?
No, they're not Europeans. You think all the...
They're not. You're not talking about Incas and Aztecs, okay?
Are.
No.
Yeah.
So what? Well, what about the dogs and the cats that are being killed and eaten in Ohio?
That's what you people do.
We do what?
I think they had a dark ages in Europe because you people didn't bathe and you ate everything.
The Dark Ages. Okay, so this is interesting. So what you're telling us I'm very glad you called and brought this up. So what you're telling us is that the people that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have dumped in spring. You don't know. How do you know you didn't say that yet? I haven't finished my thought. That the people that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have dumped in Springfield, Ohio, are medieval. That's interesting. I'm glad we agree. Who would have thought? You just said, you talked about the Dark Ages.
Man.
That's 1,000 years ago, man. That's 1,000 years ago.
Oh, you haven't changed. You're still the same. You're running the same nonsense you did 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You haven't changed at all. You're just as savage as you were then.
Okay. All right. Take care. You don't even have sympathy for dogs and cats.
Of course I do. But I don't have sympathy for you.
When you say me, you mean me personally or white people?
I mean all of you illegal aliens from Europe that don't belong here and are calling Mexicans illegal, and they're in New...
Renee, you and I, got to the United States the same way. You're aware of that, right? Yes. How did you get to the United States?
Well...
See, he doesn't want to say it.
Oh, long story. And by the way...
No, you were born here. You were born here. Unless you're really old, you were born here, right? You were born in the United States. So was I. We were both born here. You didn't come over on a slave ship. I didn't come over as an immigrant. So why are you different than me?
There's a different history.
No, there's no different history. We have a shared history. We're both Americans, and we have an American history that we both share.
We're in the same continent, but we have a different history.
No, you and I have the same culture.
Murderers.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been established since the 1400s.
So because 1,000 years ago there were some murders and rapes, you think it's okay for it to happen today in Springfield, Ohio? What's the matter with you?
It hasn't happened yet.
It's happening now. You ever heard of Lincoln Riley in Georgia? One of your Aztecs raped and killed her.
There's a thing called revenge, and that has not happened to you people yet.
Oh, so you're justifying all of this violence?
I am completely justifying what...
Meanwhile, you were calling me from land that is not yours. It belongs to the Indians, right?
The natives.
So you were living on native lands, right?
Yeah.
Why are you occupying the land that belongs to Native Americans? Why don't you leave?
Making any sense at all.
Oh, I'm making lots of sense.
You're really not.
No, I want you to think about it. You why don't you walk the walk?
I walk the walk.
See, you know there. So was I. You and I are Native Americans. You're a Native American. I'm a Native American.
But you're making demands on other people on where they are allowed to be.
Well, illegals are not allowed to enter our country and kidnap people's pets and eat them, or rape our college students and kill them, like Lincoln Riley.
You don't have a right to kidnap other people from other continents.
We're not kidnapping. The United States did not kidnap people from other continents. The United States, no.
How can people get here?
European slave traders did, but not Americans. And by the way, I missed this part of history. I've seen Roots. When was the European... You've seen Roots, right? Roots is good. Alex Haley. I've seen Roots. LeVar Burton, Kunta Kinte, and all that. When did the Europeans invade Africa and kidnap everyone? Because when I saw Roots, Kunta Kinte got kidnapped by another African tribe, and they gave him to the European slave traders. Europe did not invade Africa and kidnap everyone. Africans sold Well, deal with what I'm saying. And Kuta Kinte in Roots, Alex Haley's award-winning novel that was turned into a miniseries. Well, this is history. The European slave traders, they went to the coast of Africa. They did not invade. They were civilians, really, mostly. And Africans kidnapped other Africans and sold them to the Europeans.
You are willfully misleading your audience.
Oh, so there was a European invasion of Africa when they kidnapped everyone? I missed that.
You missed a lot.
Well, when did that happen?
Basically, you people divided the continent and divided it up amongst yourselves.
Did African tribesmen kidnap other? Excuse me. Did Africans kidnap other Africans and sell them to the European slave traders? Yes or no?
No.
Well, then how did they get the slaves?
They were misled.
Misled?
Changing the story.
No, I'm not changing the story. What's happening is your narrative is falling apart. Your ancestors were sold to European slave masters by other Africans.
Who is Leopold? Don't mute the caller.
I'm not here to answer your questions. Open Phones is on Friday. Open Phones is on Friday. This is Monday. All right, thanks for the call. Oh, my goodness. These guys get very confused when you start asking them some questions about their liberal viewpoints. Friday is Open Phones. This is Monday. All right. There's an opening on the board where Mr. Harlem was. Our number 1-888-465-2631. You know, a few weeks back, one of our listeners sent this letter to Dr. Appleton that Dr. Appleton forwarded to me, and it's from one of our listeners, Eller. He lives in Rochester, New York, and he flew to Florida. Isn't this amazing? He flew to Florida just to see Dr. Appleton and take advantage of his laser away pain treatment. And that's absolutely amazing. And here's the letter. Dear Dr. Appleton, I wanted to thank you for giving me my life back. My knees are now painless. I would like to let you know that after 3 weeks, how I'm doing. Every day, I can walk and stand without any pain. In the evening, I don't suffer like before. After I came back home, I had a doctor's appointment. Surprisingly, my blood pressure read 118. Usually, it's 135 to 146. I asked my doctor if the painless knee has something to do with it. He said yes. Not only is my pain gone, but my heart is not working as hard as before. Thank you, Eller. And he's called me on the air a couple times, Eller. It's absolutely amazing. Say bye-bye to your pain. Call Dr. Appleton. You know, appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. Dr. Appleton's number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. All right, every line on the board is lit. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be back with your calls after this.
Hard Truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Brian Craig here. I've suffered with massive pain in my knee for years, but not anymore. It's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
By treating your knee pain with laser, treatment is simple and no side effect. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way through the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business for 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. Excellent tire repairs at very low prices.
call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price.
Now, guys, there's a link in the description of the video. Robert Allen Miltenberg's new book, The Sound of Light. It's a science fiction book. I know some of you have ordered it already. And one of our watchers here not only ordered it, they took a picture of the book, they got the paperback, and left a great review on Amazon. The Sound of Light, you can search for it on Amazon, from Robert Allen Miltenberg, and there's a link in the description of the video. This is the third book of Robert Allen Miltenberg's I've promoted. His books are great. I've read this book. It's a science fiction book. It's a very good book. I like the paperback because it's got kind of like the large print. So just go to Amazon and search The Sound of Light or Robert Allen Miltenberg, and this book and all his books will come up. And it's free in Kindle Unlimited, by the way, if you'd like to order a copy. It's a great book, and he's a good MAGA guy. He watches on YouTube.
Comes close to celebrity cruises.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on.
All righty, one opening on our board at 1-888-465-2631. This, the reaction on the phones shows you the brilliance of Trump with this Springfield, Ohio story. I'm not going to recap the story right now. I've recapped it a few times. But Trump got this story going over the weekend, and it's what everyone wants to talk about. And you hear the reaction from the left. They don't care about the suffering of Americans either, because they're not suffering. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I definitely want to talk about it. Never Trumper Steve in Palm City.
Oh, hey.
In reference to the New York Times article. This is how you mislead, and I hope you're not going to press the 7-second delay button.
Oh, here we go. Oh, please. Wow, wow, wow. Total liberal with his victimhood.
So the problem, what New York Times is pointing out is the pressure on a sleepy town when a lot of immigrants come into that town. But had you read the gist of the article, which is only 6 lines, by most accounts, the Haitians have helped revitalize Springfield.
What? Oh, slow down. Excuse me. No. Stop down. I have, listen, they're paying taxes. All right, slow down. I had 2 women. First off, I've got more than the New York Times article, okay? I heard from 2 listeners today. 2 ladies called me, both from Springfield, Ohio. And they told me the problems. One woman said she can't ride her bike because the Haitians are, causing all kinds of traffic accidents. They killed an 11-year-old kid, by the way, in a school bus. People's pets are going missing. One woman saw her cat being cleaned and cut up on a tree of a Haitian's home. I played some body cam footage. Local Springfield residents saw a woman eating a cat and called the police. I played the body cam footage.
I don't know who these.
Well, you can put your hands over your ears and say la 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 la. There's more. Excuse me. There's more. We're not talking about. Slow down, Never Trumper Steve. Slow down, Steve. No, so I'll let you get to it in a minute. Just calm down. You're getting hysterical. We're not talking about, it's true. We're not talking about the New York Times article.
You've talked about it all morning.
I referenced the New York Times article, but there's...
What I was trying to read.
Oh.
They're doing good in that town. Yes, you're going to have lots of incidents. Yes, there's pressure on that city from a lot of immigrants coming into a town. They're putting pressure on the hospitals. They're putting pressure on the schools. That's all true. But the gist of the article is they help revitalize Springfield.
Bullcrap. Okay, let me play you. I don't have to read the damn article. I'm getting calls from people who live there and they're terrorized. I don't need to read some liberal New York Times article. I've talked to people who live there who have called me this morning who are living in terror.
And it comes from the New York Times, the liberal newspaper, blah, blah, blah. There it is in black and white.
Okay. So the Haitians that are eating cats and dogs and the ducks in the park and crashing into school buses and killing children. What's your comment on that?
School bus incidents, it was true. That was unfortunate.
Oh, unfortunate that the 11-year-old kid is dead.
Verified.
It's not unverified. It's not unverified. Oh, he's got to run now. I thought I wouldn't let him talk. Oh, my goodness. He's got to run. I got to run! You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Greg.
Oh.
I got a question for you to open up our conversation. I hopefully you remain civil and you don't yell.
Another one of these victims before the conversation even begins.
Okay, do you think Springfield is under siege?
Yes.
Okay, now that begs the question. Come on, think logically. You obviously got to take some more of these shots you've been taking from these whatever. Listen, why hasn't a Republican Senator, J.D. Vance, a Republican Governor, Mike DeWine, and their Representative Republican Davidson done anything about it?
Well, I don't know. But I do know this, okay? A couple things I know, that this story is not just out there all of a sudden going viral on its own. I believe that J.D. Vance and Donald Trump have made it go viral.
Well, you're wrong on that account.
No, how do you know I'm wrong? Excuse me. No, you listen to me. All right? You know, all these callers, stop being a victim. Stop being a victim. This problem, you're not letting me respond to you. Okay? You want to move on to 3 more points. J.D. Vance, one of the women who called me in the first hour from Springfield. I heard from 2 women from Springfield. And the first woman, I asked her about that, and she says that J.D. Vance has commented on it. He's gotten involved a little bit. I believe this story has... Well, it's now everybody in the country's talking about it because of J.D. Vance and Trump.
J.D. Vance on August 12th gave us a speech and brought this up at a conservative PAC.
Yeah.
What has he done since August 12th or any other...
Well, I keep telling you, I keep telling you, but you don't want to hear it. This story is now the most talked about story in America because President Trump and J.D. Vance have made it so. It is not a...
He gave a speech on August 12th.
I'm talking about today. Oh, now who's yelling? Oh, do you have somewhere to be too, you, Steve?
No, I have nowhere to go.
Listen. Well, he's done nothing. He has not. You think it's just a coincidence that this story has gone viral the day before the debate?
How does it help J.D. Vance's image?
Oh, it helps a lot. First of all, what is that's a great question you ask. Tell me what a United States Senator's authority is over a town in a state.
A United States Senator visits that...
Like for example, we get hit by a crime wave here in South Florida. Tell me the role of Marco Rubio.
Let me give you a little lesson here, okay? Let me speak for at least 30 seconds. He can visit the town, bring the governor, bring the House of Representatives, Davidson there, and say, let's help.
Well, so he's done that. He's done that because we're all talking about it. The reality is a senator has no authority over any local crime issues in their state. All they can do is talk about it.
All he can do is talk?
So you're trying to tell me this is J.D. Vance's fault? How is this J.D.? It's Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have flown or bust, they've transported 20,000 illegal Haitians to a town of 58,000. How's that J.D. Vance's fault?
J.D. Vance, you can go there. Why talk about it in speeches and do nothing?
Oh, he has no authority to do anything. But you know what? In 57 days, he will.
You're pathetic, Brian.
I'm pathetic?
Yes. You will defend. Listen, you already answered my question. He's done nothing.
He has no authority. If a hurricane hit right now, what could Senator Marco Rubio do? He can say something. Exactly. Just like J.D. Vance. He can say something. Oh, I'm sure. No, the senators. No, now you're getting incoherent. Senators are in the Senate, not the House of Representatives. Oh, my goodness. One opening on the board. This is JD's fault? Please. All right. If you're on hold, stand by. Back after the top of the hour break.
USFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the All Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Morone from the All Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is Monday, September 9th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside. There are some chances of some afternoon to evening showers, so make sure you keep an umbrella close by, stay cool, stay dry, and have a wonderful, safe start to your Monday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy
What?
free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Turnpike southbound, slowdowns past Lake Worth Road and West Palm Crash Military Trail at Summit Boulevard. Staples prints anything you need for your business like banners, flyers, and signs. And Staples will be any price quote. Plus now print more, save more, up to $150 off your print purchase. Offer ends 11/2, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details or staples.com/price match for price match guarantee. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Catch the PBKC Picks podcast live every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. and come to the best place in town to catch football Sundays at the restaurant at PBKC. It's Feast in Football every week with a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet plus a draft beer for just $25. Plus, you can find out how to get it for free by calling 561-683-2222 extension 199. Great food over 140 HD TVs, 3 big screens, and drink specials every football Sunday. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Brian Craig here. When it comes time to get my blood work done, I don't have time to spend hours in the doctor's office or waiting hours in one of those big labs. That's why I get any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs for all of my lab work. These techs are highly skilled and professional, and their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest on lab work you'll find anywhere. Appointments aren't necessary. Doctor's orders and prescriptions, they're not needed either. I'm in and out in 15 minutes or less. I get the results the next day in my email box, and they also send it to my doctor. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfield Plaza. It's where the Western Beef is, between Palmetto Park Road and Hillsborough Boulevard on the east side of State Road 7 or 41. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is on the southeast corner of University and Railroad.
All right. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys. And everyone, please like the video. We'll be back shortly.
Don't forget to mention that you heard about them on the radio.
This is Scott. Summer outcomes. Your AC is running constant, trying to hold the temperature. Maybe even failing late afternoon. Your electric bill is gone even falling. Radiant barrier is the first. Hearing temperatures static up to 40 degrees. Cutting the FPL bills up to 40%. Dog days of summer sales. 50% on radiant barrier and insulation. Insulation removal, wrap proofing. We even do AC ducts in the heat of the summer. Act now and get $500 off radiant barrier, over 2,000 square feet, and $1,000 off.
Oh my God, I'm sick. These callers. You know, I'm going to mention this when I get back. Well, I'll wait till I get back. I don't want to say it twice. Hey, what's up?
I just gotta run out real quick. When you're done, call me because I got an interview that we got to set up for a politician.
Oh, okay. All right, we're coming back.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, the third hour has begun. It is Monday. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. Well, every line on the board is lit. I don't want to recap everything because a lot of people have been on hold for a while, but I just want to say this, okay? We've heard from a lot of liberals today. Not one liberal has had any sympathy towards the animals that have been harmed in Springfield, Ohio, or the residents that are being terrorized. Okay, you just want to go to the phones? All right, let's go. I'll do a recap in a bit, but it takes a while. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name's Chad. I'm from Springfield.
Oh, another call from Springfield, Ohio. Oh my goodness, are your cats inside?
Luckily, I have a Great Dane. That would probably feed a family of 7.
Oh my goodness. So tell me the situation in Springfield, Ohio. I've heard from some liberals today, and they're telling me that the Haitians are actually bettering your community. One told me today.
Absolutely not. They're a waste. They're a drain on society and resources for the American working people that need it, that have fallen on hard times.
You know, the story, I'm so glad. This is our third call today from a resident of Springfield, Ohio, and I'm glad you all are calling because the stories that we're hearing are so outrageous, it's hard to believe that they're even true. And to hear from people that are there tell us that it's true. Now, I had a caller about 20 minutes ago who told me that the Haitian illegals in Springfield are doing a lot of good work. They're repairing cars. They're paying tax. No, he said they're paying taxes.
A chop shop does not constitute as a working place. No.
Oh, okay. Well, Never Trumper Steve from Palm City, he's the one that told me that they're working on cars. You're saying it's chop shops.
Yes, it's an embarrassment. If any person in this town did what these people are doing, our jail would be overcrowded. The amount of accidents here on a daily basis is insanity. And when you go back and you look at things, there's a employment service in Springfield called Diversity One. Of course he's going to help the Haitian community because you know what? He's tied to the churches in Springfield where the money's being laundered through. It's all coming downhill. Our mayor is even involved in it. But he doesn't want to admit to anything because he, too, doesn't see a problem.
No, listen, this has been going on in Springfield, Ohio for a few years. It's just the stories just blew up this morning. I believe that President Trump and J.D. Vance have made this a national story. It's the day before the debate. If you're just tuning in, what we're talking about is this, and I got a couple questions for you, caller. The New York Times reported, but they didn't give us all the details, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have transported 20,000 illegal Haitians to Springfield, Ohio, which had a population prior of 58,000. There's been some reporting over the weekend that Haitians have been stealing pets from people's homes, dogs and cats, and eating them, cutting the heads off of ducks in the local parks and eating them. And really, it sounds really savage in Springfield, Ohio.
Shop here that live here. They have drained, they're bleeding the society dry. You don't see them working. They're creating havoc in this town. I'm going to guess on the low end of 7 accidents today.
Car accidents.
Car accidents, yeah.
What is this about? Because every caller from Springfield, Ohio has told me how dangerous it is. Now, there was this story one of the illegal Haitians crashed into a school bus, killed an 11-year-old child about a year ago, injuring over 20 other students. But what is it with the Haitians in the car accidents?
They can't drive. They can't read the signs. Rumors coming out, as I say, rumor, can't confirm, but there is a Bureau of Motor Vehicles here in Springfield, and there is video of it. If you go onto a page called Stop the Influx in Springfield, Ohio, it's on Facebook. You got video of showing a Haitian going up to do his eye test. There was no one even at the machine, and they passed him.
Oh, my goodness. I saw one woman online who was showing cars in Springfield that don't have license plates on them, and the police don't even stop them.
No, they don't. The police here do nothing. Our police department, they couldn't find water if they fell out of a boat. They don't do anything to help our city at all. They're just as bad as the Haitians.
Yeah. See, you know, the reason this is important is, well, we're 50-some days away from the national election. But, you know, there's story after story of Aurora, Colorado, Venezuelan gangs holding people hostage in an apartment building. There was a similar story in Chicago. What you're dealing with in Springfield, the rape and murder of Lincoln Riley. Americans are being victimized by illegals each and every second of each and every day, and Kamala Harris doesn't care.
That's their agenda, is to not to care. If they can steal one election, why not try?
Well, the last liberal caller I talked to says, well, J.D. Vance should take care of it. It's his fault.
We have city officials that won't do nothing for it.
Yeah.
Officials are standing behind this 100%. They're profiting off of it. And
they're corrupt.
They're corrupt, yeah. The one gentleman, the mayor of the town, he's the ringleader of it all. It's an embarrassment. We are a national laughing joke right now.
Yeah.
Happening here. People are safe in their own hometown. These people have contributed nothing. They're not working anywhere. The things that they are doing, most Americans would be sitting in a jail for. They turn a blind eye to it, and they say we got to become acceptable to it.
So all of these stories that we've been hearing, I've been talking about this morning, they're all true.
Absolutely.
The pets, the dogs and the cats being eaten.
Yes. There is pictures of that circulating out there showing it.
My goodness.
Nasty. They are nasty people. They have no manners. They have no respect. The gentleman that you're talking about that hit the bus, he comes by, he has appealed that decision, saying that the sun was in his eyes, and that's why he hit that bus.
Oh, my goodness.
Video footage of it from the state patrol showing that he never even tried to swerve to miss that bus.
I had one lady call me from Springfield earlier. She said that the government are giving the illegals money to buy cars with.
Absolutely. What is the big trend here right now is if you own a home and you are a renter, they will get rid of the American people and put them out to be homeless. There's not any really homes here for rent because they're all going to the Haitians.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's like homeless people that are living in facilities and they kick them out? What do you mean?
No, our city shut that down. Our city shut down the homeless shelter for the homeless Americans here.
Oh, to bring the illegals in them.
Yes, and then they put the illegals in these rental properties, but the people that own the rental home, they up the rent because they know the illegals are getting free government money, so they up the rent. That way they can make more money off of them instead of the American.
Oh, my goodness. And how long has this been going on? I mean, from what I read, it's been going on for a few years.
It has, and it's progressively gotten worse. They normally dump off on Interstate 70 in Springfield. There's a Love's just outside of town. It's become like basically a busing facility. You can go by there multiple times a day, and they're just unloading them by the bus loads.
Well, okay. I mean, what's the governor done? Nothing. Yeah. Another rhino.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I got a question. I'm listening to this. It's shocking, but why is nobody doing anything about this? And why is this election?
Yeah. See what happened, Steve. What happened is there was a. This has just gone national in the last 24 hours. There was a city council meeting, and a lot of residents, like this gentleman and others, went to the city council with their grievances. Their dogs and cats are being eaten, all this stuff. and the city council just sit up there in their fancy chairs and didn't respond. And the videos of this have started to go viral in the news. And that's why this is a story. And I suspect that things will be done now because you know what happens when you go in the kitchen, you turn the light on in the kitchen and the roaches run. This is what's starting to happen now. They've put a spotlight on something that the country didn't know about, and probably most of Ohio didn't know about before yesterday. Well, listen, Springfield, Ohio, thank you for calling, and stay in touch, all right? And God bless. My goodness, Steve, this is, what it is it's not Springfield, Ohio. That's right. Everytown, USA is where this stuff's going on. And for Never Trumper Steve, I love Never Trump. We only allow one call per day, but I think we can lift that for Never Trumper Steve to respond to the third caller from Springfield, Ohio, that is called in today. And I very specifically asked that guy about things that you brought up, the car repairs. You said, yeah, chop shops. So chop shops do not count as auto repair facilities. All right. If you're on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on the board. I'm going to ask you a question that very well may be the most important question I ask all morning. Do you or someone you know have neuropathy? If you or someone you know have neuropathy, I don't have to tell you, neuropathy is living torture. It's a very difficult thing to live with, and your doctors will tell you that there is no treatment for it. Well, that's not true. Your doctor just doesn't have the proper training. Lighthouse Medical in Pompano not only have a neuropathy treatment, they have a neuropathy treatment that works. The numbness, the pain, the tingling, the burning, the dizziness, the muscle weakness, the feeling of pins and needles in the hands and feet, the no feeling at all those things will disappear with their treatment. Lighthouse Medical has been in practice for 75 years with the same family of physicians. This is not a medical practice that's been bought and sold 20 times and they kept the name. The same family of physicians for 75 years right here in Pompano. Give them a call. Now, if you can't make it into their office, that's okay. They understand when you have neuropathy, you probably don't get around too well. Okay? But no matter where you are in America, they can help you. Their number is 754-222-6642. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio so you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. All right, we'll be back with your calls after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hello, it's Scott Shannon with a quick reminder that the oldies are back on the radio right after 10 this morning, right here on South Florida's Oldies Channel.
Have you noticed that the water in Florida is just not that great? It sometimes has an odor. It doesn't taste good. It leaves residue on dishes and appliances. With an Angel Water purification system, you'll enjoy soft, toxin-free, healthier water for your family. Angel Water will come to your home and test your water for free. They'll set up a whole house water filtration system for your home. Plus, give you a complimentary reverse osmosis water treatment system. Call Angel Water Purification right now at 561-899-6585 and online angelwater.com.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain.
That commercial that just ran with me, that's a new commercial, right?
Yes.
Mike gave me that copy. That was like a minute 30.
Yeah.
So they cut it down to a 30 and sped it up.
Great. It sounded good too.
Yeah, because I almost didn't recognize it, but I don't even remember saying all those words because the copy was like this long.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my goodness.
That's why I always, anytime I need something edited, I always just give it to Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
That woman that called earlier that was saying her Haitian friends, they taste the water, it tastes weird.
Yeah.
Like now you're not.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I am pleased to say our relationship with the Steve Kane Show and the show's listeners keeps getting stronger and stronger. The Steve Kane Show listeners are truly the best customers we have ever had. They are courteous, intelligent, honest, and quite a joy to work with. We have completed thousands of projects for the listeners, from repairs, single-family homes, large HOA complexes, and churches, with great success, and every one of those customers are like family. We have installed all kinds of roofs, from asphalt shingles,
Yeah.
clay, concrete tile, standing metal seam, slate tile, and flat roof systems. So come on and let our family take care of your family. Call me on my cell at 954-604-4602 or find us on the web at LaportaContracting.com. The number again is 954-604-4602.
All right, here we go.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All righty, 20 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. You were off for a couple of days last week.
I missed this morning's election update.
Oh, Trump's ahead in every poll. There's a New York Times poll that has Trump winning in a landslide. The latest, Nate Silver, has Trump winning in a landslide. So all the latest polls, both, by the way, liberal. New York Times, Siena, Democrats, Nate Silver, Democrat, both predicting landslide victory for President Trump. And that's before the debate tomorrow. So things are going well.
The dam would have really bust.
Oh.
After the debate, you would.
Absolutely. Every line of...
Heck, but if you see the news footage.
Oh, yeah.
Distance, they're not letting her get too close to the press.
No.
But she looks hysterical and out of it.
Well, they set her up. I mean, they set her up to fail. I mean, and I think she's starting to realize she's got to be scared to death. And Donald Trump announced some of the debate rules for tomorrow. They're not allowed any steps, stands, stools, or risers or anything. And Kamala Harris is 5'1". And she's kept that a secret. And that's why she likes to do debates sitting down. If you go back to past debates, she was sitting down a lot or standing on a box. And this one is standing and no boxes allowed. So she'll be wearing heels, so she may make it to 5'4", maybe, if she wears 3-inch heels. But I think people, like with Ron DeSantis, will be very shocked when they see how short she is. Okay, so every line on the board is lit, and I must tell you, this story out of Springfield, Ohio, it shows you how big this story is. To have a full board of calls for almost 2.5 hours on this story. And it hasn't even been on television yet, so far as I know. It's that big of a story, and everyone in America is talking about it. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right, Stevie, you got to get off the Bluetooth.
Hold on a second there.
Yes, sure. Well, hold on. That's okay. All now it's got to be good since you kept us holding.
Better?
Much better.
Yeah. Much better. Okay. Hey, Steve. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, listen, Brian. I don't know how you do. You're a far better man than me, dealing with a lot of nonsense that I hear from Renee and that never Trumper. They wrote the 6 lines in that article for weak-minded people like him. Okay, to say, okay, it's okay there. They're doing good for the economy. They're growing that town. You got to believe these callers who live there when they say they're seeing this. This is happening. The crime has skyrocketed. Car accidents are up the hook. Well, it wasn't like that before the 20,000 illegals got there. What's the difference?
And you know, the one police body camera footage, they arrested the woman who was eating a cat. I mean, this is like zombies, and these callers from Springfield, I want to thank them for calling today, because these stories are so insane that it's hard to even believe they're real. But hearing from our listeners in Springfield, Ohio, you know, it lets us know. And you notice how Never Trumper Steve doesn't want to deal with what the Springfield residents say. He wants to go back to the New York Times.
Yes. They wrote that 6 lines for people like him.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, what do you think is going to happen when you put 20,000 illegals in a town of only 58,000?
Well, it's like I said, Century Village has 50,000 people in it. If you took 20,000 illegals and dumped them into Century Village, what would that happen? What would happen? It would be total. It'd be a breakdown.
That definitely. I mean, they got a lot of pets there.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of pets. Yeah.
It was great talking to you. Keep up the great.
All right, Steve. I don't want to know.
Say it, because I'm more into cats than dogs.
Yeah.
What a horrible thought. What?
I don't know. I don't know. We can go to Springfield. Do you speak Creole? Maybe we can get a Haitian from Springfield, Ohio, to call in if you speak the Creole. No, it's not. It's Haiti is a barbaric anarchy, and they're turning Springfield into that. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Steve and Brian. It's Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff, what's up?
Listen, I had to wait to call in because I was really upset about that when that lady called in about what she and her husband's going through. Just boiled my blood. And then that idiot called in was defending illegals doing that stuff. They should not be getting a dime of tax money, and they don't deserve U.S. citizens' rights. They should not be voting, and this is all about...
No.
Democrats are not... They are anti-God, anti-Bible, anti-Christ, anti-Constitution and laws. They have one...
Yeah, well, and they're anti-cat and dogs, too, which are being eaten in Springfield, Ohio.
How can we as Americans allow this to happen? And there's two things I'd like to say is, one, that date, November 5th, 2024, in U.S. history. Two, is we need to get out every friend, family, person we cross the street. You need to get out and vote. This is for the soul of our country. This is good versus evil. Not just fighting for an election. We're fighting for the core values of our country. And I, for one, am going to stand up, and I am going to vote red all the way, always have and always will.
All right, Jeff from Maine. Take care. Appreciate the call. Yeah, so this is police body cam footage. This is a police officer in Springfield, Ohio. He's been called to the scene by some witnesses that you'll hear from. They saw an illegal Haitian woman eating a cat. Okay, so you'll hear the cop talking to the cat eater, and then he'll briefly talk to the witnesses who called him.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Smile for me. Smile with your teeth. Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it? Did you guys see all this?
No, we pulled up and she was just laying there with me.
Did you see her eating it?
Eating it.
She was eating it?
Yeah, she was.
Multiple witnesses, and by the way, you can tell by the voices the witnesses are black. So these African-American women pulled up and saw this Haitian woman eating the cat in the street. This is very medieval, Steve. I mean, it's hard to believe this stuff's even... It is gross. It is gross. Listen, every line on the board is lit. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break and be right back.
Making radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Morone from the All-Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is Monday, September 9th, 2024, and right now it's 79 degrees outside. There are some chances of some afternoon to evening showers, so make sure you keep an umbrella close by, stay cool, stay dry, and have a wonderful, safe start to your Monday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Heads up in West Palm Beach, a right lane blocked with a crash 95 south at Okeechobee Boulevard. Turnpike northbound, stop-and-go delays between Lake Worth Road and Southern Boulevard. This traffic update is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options and easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Paddock Restaurant's comedy and dinner show season is here. Get your tickets now for comedians Goomba Johnny Saturday, September 28th, and Jimmy Fallon November 15th and 16th. And don't miss three-course dinner shows with the Pure Zeppelin Experience October 11th, Let It Be November 8th, Penny Nicks November 22nd, and more. The Paddock is also your best bet for OTV action and football Sundays with over 140 HD TVs and 3 big screens. For more information, go to pbkennelclub.com. Are you feeling safe and secure in your home? Unfortunately, millions of Americans are vulnerable to break-ins every year. But what if you can have peace of mind knowing that your home is protected 24/7? At Sloman's, we understand the importance of home security. That's why we're offering a free home security system with free professional installation. When you use our low-cost central station monitoring, our top-of-the-line systems are designed to detect intruders and alert authorities and give you real-time updates right to your smartphone. And with our state-of-the-art monitoring center, you'll have 24/7 protection from any threat. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your home and family and your valuables with Sloman's comprehensive home security solutions. Call 1-833-283-5050 today to schedule your free installation and start sleeping better tonight. Sloman's, protecting what matters most. Call 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050 now. At Sloman's, we understand the importance of home security.
Hey everyone, Brian Craig here. You asked Mike Lindell and he listened. Mike's offering the queen size MyPillow for just $19.98 with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.
Do it in Ohio. I actually have people out in Ohio. It turns out that there is accuracy to this story. So Springfield, turns out that there is accuracy to this story.
Phone 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com.
You know, summer may be setting, but it's never too soon to start planning your next cruise vacation with Margaritaville at Sea. And the best time to book it is right now because we're bringing back our best sale of the year on all cruises through 2026. For a limited time, pay for just one guest and up to 3 guests can sail along for free. Bring your friends, your kids, or your favorite travel pals on award-winning cruises to Key West, the Bahamas, and the Caribbean, and save up to $5,000 when 3 sail for free. Book your holiday getaway at sea or next year's epic cruise vacation today at MargaritavilleAtSea.com.
Attention seniors, are you not happy with your current Medicare plan? If not, give Debbie at I Will Advisors a call. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080. There are 5-star rated plans that you can enroll in the middle of the year. That's right, you don't have to wait for open enrollment. Debbie and her family have been taking care of Steve Kane Show listeners since 1993. Debbie even handles Steve Kane's Medicare. So if you're not happy with your current Medicare plan, give Debbie a call right now and go over the options. 954-753-8080. Debbie can help you no matter where you're located in the state of Florida. 954-753-8080. And online, IWillAdvisors.com. Have you noticed that the water in Florida is just not that great? It sometimes has an odor. It doesn't taste good. It leaves residue on dishes and appliances. With an Angel Water purification system, you'll enjoy soft, toxin-free, healthier water for your family. Angel Water will come to your home and test your water for free. They'll set up a whole house water filtration system for your home. Plus, give you a complimentary reverse osmosis water treatment system. Call Angel Water Purification right now at 561-899-6585 and online angelwater.com.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian C. Kane. You know, Steve, this story that we're talking about today is one of those freight train stories, right, that the audience wants to talk about. And, you know I brought this up at the top of the show at 6, but we have a full board of calls over 2.5 hours into the discussion on a story that, you know, remember sometimes I'll talk about one of the problems. The Democrats have a lot of problems, but one of the problems they have, which is a pretty big one, is they've lost touch with the pulse of the American people. And this story is so big in Springfield, Ohio, without it even being on television yet, it's where the American people are right now so far as what they want to talk about. I've never seen a story just gin up so much concern so quickly when it hasn't even been reported by any of the mainstream media yet. Now, we've heard from many liberals on the program today, and none of them had any sympathy for the residents, the cats, the dogs. Oh, and I forgot about the ducks. Their concern is always with the illegals. Okay, now this is a woman I played this in the first hour. I want to play it again. This is a woman who went to the Springfield, Ohio City Council meeting. She and her husband have lived in the same home for 45 years, and she details what's going on now.
Done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay.
Yeah, good luck selling your house, lady, with that going on. And, you know, one lady called me up in the first hour from Springfield, Ohio. She likes to ride her bicycle. She stopped riding her bicycle. The roads are too dangerous with the illegals. Another woman told me she's 60-some years old. She started carrying a gun because it's so dangerous. At the age of 65, for the first time, she's carrying a gun. That's Kamala's America. Vote for Kamala, and they're going to quadruple down on that. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy what's going on now that they kind of shift the third world across our country.
Well, they've done it.
I know. I mean, we all seen the videos of back in 2021 when they were dropping planes off of these people, and we had no clue where they were going. They were keeping them in airports, trying to hide the mass of these people from us. You get it? So they're doing this while they're doing this in the dead of night. All this stuff happens in the dead of night. If you research into it, it all happens in the middle of the night. What they do with the vote tallying.
Well, now it's in the daylight. We know what's going on. We've got apartment buildings filled with residents in Colorado that are being held hostage by these Venezuelan gangs. The video of that's come out. Have you seen the video of this, Steve?
All over the place.
These Venezuelan gang members, they're in the apartment building with rifles. They're not even wearing masks. They're not even trying to hide their identity. They're fearless.
The one I always spot, he's in all the television things they do. He wears a white-red shirt.
Yeah.
Bullfighter. Attract attention.
And I'm surprised he doesn't have his name and phone number there because he doesn't even wear a mask. I mean, they're fearless in Colorado. Now we got this in Springfield, Ohio. Americans are being terrorized by Kamala's dreamers.
It's one thing to ship Haitians to a place like Florida that's kind of climatic to what they're used to.
We appreciate that.
It's one thing that they shipped them here back during the first Obama era and during the earthquake and the hurricanes that happened there. But they use these things against us. They have sympathy brought up in our country for these people. And
listen, these are not regular Haitians, okay? We have a lot of Haitians in Florida. I've never seen anybody eat a cat. You know, what's going on here is what President Trump talks about with Venezuela. Haiti is emptying out their mental hospitals and their jails and sending those people here. And that's what's in Springfield, mental patients and prisoners.
Well, if you see what happened with the caller that you have from the Dominican Republic, I remember a couple weeks ago, she said they're taking 3 million of those Haitians from Haiti to their country.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing this stuff strategically. They're breaking down cultural lines. They're breaking down culturalism.
Well, if we have any Haitians in the audience, I'd like to get a call. I'd like to get a call. Hold on one second. Let me just get this out. I am eaten up by curiosity. Maybe it's morbid curiosity. I don't know. Maybe it's unhealthy. I would just like to know how you would cook a cat. We have to assume they're not being eaten raw.
No, Steve, this woman here they are. No, it's raw. This woman, the woman from the police footage, she killed the cat and was eating it outside on the sidewalk. Yeah, she didn't cook it. She didn't have an oven.
Can't be good for you.
It's not good for the cat.
That's for sure.
It's not that these Haitians don't understand what's going on. They understand exactly who their people are, and they openly tell you that there's voodooists, there's all that live in that country, and you're able to blend into our country like it's okay.
Oh.
It's one thing if you go to a Christian nation and you bring Christians here that understand what America's values are, but it's different when you have these people that come.
And you know, these liberals here, you know, we've had 4 people call in from Springfield, Ohio today, right? These liberals that have called in, like Never Trumper Steve, want to ignore what the people say, but he wants to go to the New York Times as opposed to the people that are there experiencing it, what they have to say.
Steve's a clown and a coward that wouldn't stand up for his own mother getting raped. You know? A coward. Yes. There, he's the reason why our country is falling into the hole that it fell into.
Mm-hmm.
He shut his ears, listen to what he wants to listen to, and doesn't want to take any advice from anybody else.
After election day, if we continue to drift in this direction, we're going to have no one to blame but ourselves.
Well, yeah. But you know, Steve, the New York Times Siena poll, Democrat poll predicting Trump landslide, their latest poll just came out last night. The Nate Silver prediction, landslide electoral college victory for Trump. All the new polls, both Democrats, Trump's winning in a landslide. So help is on the way.
Calvary.
Yeah, all right, thank you for your call. If you're on hold, guys, stand by. I want to talk about Game Day Men's Health. You know, I went over a couple weeks ago to Game Day Men's Health, and they tested my testosterone. Steve, my testosterone was so low. They test it right there when you go in for your initial consultation, which, by the way, is a free consultation. They took my test while I was there, and in just a few minutes, they came back with my testosterone level. Steve, it was so low when they came in and told me, they put their hand on my shoulder. They're like, we just got the results back. It was that low. And they started the testosterone treatment right then and there. It's been 2 weeks tomorrow. And I was talking about this on Friday's show, and I can tell now my voice is better. I'm quicker with the callers. You know, I was having a lot of problems. I was having memory loss. I was a little foggy brain, having a hard time waking up in the mornings. I just had not been feeling well. I was having a lot of anxiety, which I couldn't understand. All kinds of problems, all gone. Now that my testosterone levels have been restored, give them a call. No matter where you're listening, call Game Day Men's Health. They do incredible work. And I'm feeling better than I have felt in years because my testosterone level is back to normal. My wife has been noticing it a lot, I'm here to tell you. Her last weekend, she said, "You're like Brian 10, 15 years ago." And that was just after the first treatment. Okay, so now I'm 2 weeks in, you can imagine. Here's the number, 561-355-5341. 561-355-5341. That's 561-355-5341. Okay, Mike, do we, every line on the board's lit. We don't have William Youngerman? Okay, let me take a call and then we'll break and try to... We're having a hard time getting a hold of William Youngerman because the phones are so busy, we can't get a line out. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, that's me in the back. I can hear myself. All right. Once, twice. All right, we just cleared a line out for you, Mike. You can get him there. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, he's not doing it.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
This is Rita. I'm calling from Springfield.
Oh, another caller from Springfield, Ohio. Okay, tell us what's going on the mean streets. Are your cats inside?
My cats are not inside, but I pray for them daily.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, one thing is somebody talked about the mayor earlier. The mayor of Ohio has been to Haiti at least 20 times.
Why? The mayor? Your mayor? Your mayor?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Our governor.
The governor. Okay, DeWine?
DeWine. He had a foundation there, a school that taught Haiti children. But they had to close that because of the crime. And he continues to be on the side of bringing people here. He has brought them to several factories with jobs, and he'll come and parade through to look at his good work. I know Amazon here has let go of American workers and hired Haitians in their place. I know that insurance here has went up for everyone, ours personally. The reason I was given is because traffic accidents have tripled here in Springfield. And there are some people who report they cannot even get auto insurance anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They live in Springfield.
You know, this is amazing to me. You know, it's Mighty White of the governor. He wants to help the Haitians, so he brings them to Springfield. He's not bringing them to Columbus at the governor's mansion.
He brings them a little closer to his own house because he lives in Cedarville.
Oh! You know, all these stories that we're hearing, okay, they sound crazy, right? The dogs, the cats, the ducks, and all this stuff. But it's all true, I'm hearing from other Springfield residents.
It's all true. I've seen them out in the country already, which is where we live, just walking down the road, checking out houses. They might be looking for cats. I know on their own site that they have on Facebook, they're often looking for rabbits and things like that for people to tell them where they can find.
What's with eating these pets and animals when they got the EBT cards?
And they're clearing out the store shelves, too. At the grocery every week, there are several things you can't get because they go in and fill their carts full of stuff, and then there are always things that you can't get because they're out of them.
The town's overrun, basically, is on the verge of collapse, is what it sounds like.
It's on the verge of collapse because you cannot go into town driving without taking your life at risk. I was almost run over by someone in the parking lot of Hobby Lobby, of all places. I'm walking across the lane there to get to my car. One zooms around the corner and is giving me the evil eye like he's going to hit me. And he's edging his car up a little further to intimidate me. You can hardly drive anywhere without someone running in front of you. I witnessed one time a passenger van full of Haitians, driven by Haitians, coming south out of town, driving on a country road with hills and curves that you cannot see around, driving 65 to 70 miles an hour, passing cars on double yellow lines, and I followed them for about 20 miles. Of course, they kept getting further ahead of me, but they did not stop at one four-way stop, one red light, anything.
Well, let me tell you, and I'll just say this in closing with you. You know, you're the fourth or fifth caller from Springfield, Ohio today, and you know, Columbus is my hometown, so there's a special place in my heart for Ohio. However, help is on the way. It is not an accident that this has become a national story since yesterday. This is Trump and J.D. Vance have made this a national story the day before the debate with Kamala Harris. Okay, they want, you know what I mean? So, and I'm sure Trump was made aware of this by J.D. So help is on the way. We're 50 some odd days away from the election, and come January, Springfield will probably be one of the first places the deportations start.
Rally yesterday in Washington Courthouse in Ohio.
Oh my goodness.
It was amazing to be around hundreds of people who understand what's going on in this country and supporting Trump to get those people that are in office now, because they're totally inept, they're over their heads, and we need someone back in there who understands what's happening with everyday people. No, he's not a poor person. He's not even an average income.
Mm-hmm.
But that man cares, and he understands what auto workers go through and what other people in factories and families who are trying to put food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I know that's connected with the movement are long on common sense. Common sense. They're starting to use it more and more, that phrase, in their speeches and stuff. That's really what it takes. If you listen to the other side,
mm-hmm.
on for any period of time, you just realize they're...
Yeah, that's right.
Base!
That's right. What? Yeah, go... well, listen... Well, listen, I appreciate the call. Help is on the way, and I thanks so much. So, you know, Washington Courthouse, I've not heard that. That's the name of a small town in Ohio. I haven't heard that name in a long time. So what are we doing, Mike? What's going on? Okay. They start opening early. Ohio is one of the early voting places. I don't know when.
So you're on tour.
Florida's fine. We're fine in Florida. Yeah, we're solid red, even with Kinky Boots DeSantis as our governor. All right. Every line on the board is lit as we approach the end of the show. We won't do the cutaways, Mike. We'll just go forward. And on the line, we have William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how are the metals starting off this week?
The metals are starting off on an up day today after Friday's closing much lower. Gold closed down $19 on Friday, closing out their week at $24.97.20 after trading as high as $2,530 on Friday. Silver closed down 81 cents on Friday at $27.94. Platinum was down $5 at $9.21, and palladium was down $31 at $8.93, recovering some of those losses today. Gold trading in a range of $24.84 to $25.04 so far, and right now at $2,503 the ounce. That's up $5.80. Silver up 26 cents at $28.20 the ounce. Platinum up $20 at $9.41, and palladium up $27 at $920.
Well, that's all good news, and one thing, William Youngerman, about you and your shop, you do something that is absolutely amazing. You can give some more details on this, but you will buy back anything that you sell. Can you tell people about that? And it's important.
We make a full two-way market and have for over 50 years on all the precious metals and anything that we sell as far as rare coins are concerned. And of course any other legitimate products that you may have for sale. But
yeah,
the good thing is that you know where you can sell it at any given moment, and you just bring it back in, and it's as easy to sell it to us as it is to buy it from us, maybe even easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, while William Youngerman buys back everything that they sell, if you buy things, eventually someone's going to be selling them for some reason. And that is not universal in that industry, I'm here to tell you. William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. His address is 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca. He's on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can give him a call toll-free, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010, and find both his phone number and address on his website, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we'll touch base tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
You too. All right, we're back. There's one opening on the board where William Youngerman was at, and we're going to finish up the rest of the show just with your calls. Steve, in all my years working with you, I have never seen an issue light up the phones like this one that has not been in the major news yet. I mean, this is, this is the only time that I can think of where a story has lit up the phones, where people are so concerned about it, when the mainstream media hasn't even referenced the story. Now, before we go to the phones, I want to mention Jupiter Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas was here the other day, and I talked to him about a lot of things, but one of the things I talked to him about, and this is, I did not know this, you learn so much talking to Joe Thomas, and that's why you should call and schedule your free phone consultation with him, because you get a lot of great information. If you have a 401k that's just sitting there, call anywhere. It could be with your former employer, it could be a current employer. Call Joe Thomas. You can take that 401k that's just sitting there and turn that into a revenue stream. It's absolutely amazing. And if you have a 401k with a former employer, Joe, you call Joe Thomas, he'll take care of it for you. You're not going to have to call your old boss or that human resource officer that downsized you. They're a nice word for firing you. He'll take care of all of it. His number, 561-743-0999. No matter where you're located in America, you can take advantage of the no-charge phone consultation with Joe Thomas. 561-743-0999. And you can also find his number on his website, JupiterJoe.com. That's JupiterJoe.com. All right, back to the phone, Steve. We go. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Jessica. I have to give you a fact about Little Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
It's an F over crime grade, and also crime occurs every 2 hours and 13 minutes. You have 300% chance of your house being robbed in Little Haiti.
You're talking about in Dade? You're talking in Dade County, Little Haiti?
Dade County.
Oh my goodness.
The rate of violent crime is much higher than the average U.S. neighborhood.
Really?
It is in the second percentile for safety, meaning 98% of the neighborhood are safer, and 2% of neighborhood are more dangerous. So 36% of crime is per capita in Little Haiti. So you have to know what's going on, even within our own state, when it comes to people like that. What I'm trying to tell you is that Haitians don't change.
Ah, okay.
Don't change. They don't change.
Mm-hmm.
With them for many years. They don't change. Some of them evolve, but their behavior is very primitive in all of them.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call. We do have good Haitian people in this audience because we talk to them sometimes, and oh yeah. But Steve, this is a different, the wave of illegals, they're emptying out the mental hospitals and the jails and the prisons.
And well, that's a problem.
So these are not the people that we meet, in South Florida. But I want to tell you this, because we're going to go back to the phone. The phones are very, very busy and been very busy today. If you're Haitian, okay, and you were trying to get in, call tomorrow. No matter, I'll leave the phones open tomorrow for any Haitian American, any Haitian immigrant tomorrow, no matter what we're talking about. The phones were so busy. I would like to hear the Haitian perspective on this. So if you're not able to get through today, or if you're on hold and didn't make it on, you can call tomorrow. No matter what we're talking about, it's open phones for Haitians only tomorrow. Okay, open phones for Haitians only on Tuesday. Okay, everybody else, you got to call in about what we're talking about. Okay, all right. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes.
It's just Jeff from Springfield. Wow.
Oh boy, we're hot in Springfield. They've got the word out on the streets. Okay, tell us what's the state of Springfield, Ohio, man?
Springfield is horrible at the moment. Our government
they could care less about what's going on. It's all about the money they're making from it. I have friends and family that's lost their jobs, that's literally been walked off their jobs, said we are cutting your job, and then the next day they're bringing in Haitians to cover it. As wrecks go, yes, there is wrecks after wrecks after wrecks that's happening on the streets on a daily basis.
Including the school bus where an 11-year-old child was killed, and
school bus, the 11-year-old child was killed, and they try to keep him out of prison over this. You know, I've got a daughter. She's got a special needs child. She was just telling me just the other day that they're actually wanting, now get this, take the special needs children out of the school, making them do online learning so they can make room to put these Haitians in the schools.
Yeah.
That way they can help with English.
That's something. Well, listen, I appreciate your call. We're with you in Springfield, okay? Thanks so much. I got to tell you, Steve, this is really just a bad situation. Yeah. Well, tomorrow's the big debate. Now, listen, we're out of time for today. Phones are pretty full. If you hang on, you'll be first in line tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., but we only have about 15 seconds left, and that's just enough time to say goodbye. We've had some great calls today. You liberals that called in, you should be ashamed of yourselves. The liberals I heard from today. I've talked to liberals for years. Today's been the lowest of the low for liberal callers. I'm Brian. Steve Kane's here. It's the Steve Kane Show. See you tomorrow, 6 a.m.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM.
All right, guys, listen, thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. And everyone else that's already subbed, please like the video. All right? I will see you all later.